My name is Dr. Claire Strody. I'm the owner and orthodontist here at Strody Orthodontics. You may run into me out at the soccer fields or out on the baseball diamonds. The things that I love most about orthodontics are when patients tell me how much they enjoy their smile and how much more confidence they have after having their treatment. We love serving the families and people here in South Johnson County and also surrounding areas. And I look forward to serving you and your family.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net. Or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
This is your home for the Broncos. Spring Hill Sports Live.
Busher, though, with the rebound. She'll go right back up with it. Gets contact and the foul. Final seconds of this first quarter. 3 on the way by Herman. Big 3 to close out the first. Over to Schultz, nearly stolen away it is. Miller, throw it out for Gaw. Gaw being trailed. Hudson elevates and lays it in. Why he didn't shoot that, I don't know. Bruce will go from way down. Oh, baked it in! Yeah. Baked it in! My God. How about them apples? Wow.
It's time for the Broncos on your home for Spring Hill High School Athletics. Spring Hill Sports Live.
There ain't nothing like Friday night hoops, and our site tonight is here at Spring Hill High School, home of the Broncos, for tonight's Frontier League matchup between the Spring Hill Broncos and the visiting Louisburg Wildcats. Our coverage of Bronco basketball here on Spring Hill Sports Live is presented by Strody Orthodontics. Strody Orthodontics specializes in creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strody and the staff of Strody Orthodontics is experienced, highly trained orthodontic specialists with decades of combined experience. With locations at Spring Hill, Olathe, and Overland Park. Learn more at StrodyOrtho.com. And good evening, and thanks for tuning in. If you're for Louisburg or if you're for Spring Hill, we welcome you into our coverage of Frontier League basketball here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Alongside my cameraman, Caden Carbajo, my partner, Curtis Kaiser, I'm Brendan Bolin. And Curtis, I mean, there's no better way to spend a Friday night than watching some hoops. And we've got a nice doubleheader on tap here for schools just not that far away from each other.
Absolutely, and happy to be here this Friday evening. Always a pleasure working with you. This is a rivalry game, so this is one of those that regardless of record, regardless of anything else that's going on, it's two communities that are close to one another, and you can never count anybody out in a rivalry game no matter what. So it's one of those exciting games everybody looks forward to every year.
We're going to go straight into our pregame show. Our pregame show presented by our friends at Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. Locally owned and operated for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs is Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Learn more at comfortdesigns.net or call 913-592-4453. Let's break down these two teams, the Lady Broncos and the Lady Wildcats. We're going to look to first. The Lady Broncos enter this one 3-4 now on the year, 1-3 in the Frontier League. And last night they suffered a 56-42 loss to Ottawa, but the one thing that really kept the Broncos going in that game was Aubrey Meter, and I mean, she provided a spark off the bench that the Broncos really needed to keep themselves in this game, and whether it may not have been the support that got the Broncos there, Aubrey Meter was always the reliable option, and she did her job phenomenally, Curtis.
Yes, she does. We've talked about her. This is going on the third year now. She's endless effort. She's a great teammate, but if there's a 50-50 ball, my money's on her. She's going to get it. She's going to get there. And like I said, she lifts her teammates up. And when we have a young team like Spring Hill has, that is just as important as anything else. You know, if the young ones had it, we saw it on Tuesday night. If there was a turnover by one of the freshmen or sophomores, that she was the first one to pat them on the butt and say, hey, keep your head up, let's go, you know. And so not just, I think we've said it, her impact is not really reflected just in the points and rebounds and things that she gets. She just a great teammate, lifts everybody up, and has a huge impact on this team.
That was her fourth game with 10 or more points this season. So over half the season, she's been a double-digit scorer, which is much needed because you also have Isla Herman out there able to get the scoring going if needed. But we look at this team headed into there, and you know, you might say, oh, 56-42, that was only a 14-point margin. What really definitely had to hurt was the free throw percentage for the Broncos. When I look at the numbers, Ottawa made 59% of their free throws, 13-22. The Broncos 5 of 14, and when I'm talking with Coach Tunnel about that, she said it's just something you can't really expect a good number day in and day out, but it's something we definitely felt like we should have had gone better into about, and that's free points right there on the board. But it's just unfortunate that just was not able to get the free throws in.
Yeah, and it's not because of lack of practice. I don't
Definitely not, no.
They practice them just like the boys practice them, just like the JV and the freshmen and the junior high teams. Everybody practices them because, like you mentioned, there's the easiest points you're going to get all night long. But sometimes when people step up to that free throw line, they get nerves. When you're at home especially, the gym gets really quiet. Everybody's watching me, etc. But these varsity level players, we're really young, but these varsity level players need to step up and execute better at the free throw line, and I believe they'll do that.
We take a look at this Louisburg Wildcats team. They come into this one 1-6, 0-4 in Frontier League play. They had a really close game against Harrisonville last night. That was their first time ever losing to the Harrisonville Wildcats, but I got to give this Lady Cats team credit. They had a late 8-0 run early in the fourth quarter, and they kept their distance with the Wildcats. But what do the Wildcats have to do tonight to be able to keep up with this Broncos team?
Well, it's got to stop. They got to keep an eye on Isla Herman. She's going to be, she's our de facto number one, and so defensively they have to know where she's at all times. They have to have a hand in her face. And if I was a coach for Louisburg and I looked at that free throw percentage, I would say, girls, let's get aggressive. If they can't make their free throws, then let's exploit that, right? So, but I think it starts with trying to guard Isla Herman closely tonight.
And they do a really phenomenal job of getting in the paint. Their leading scorer that game was senior Morgan Latham. She had 12 for the Louisburg Wildcats. McKenna Losi also had 8. So their post presence is going to be something for the Broncos they're going to have to watch. But they have some really good options to be able to keep the Wildcats' paint presence at ease, including, Mason Brackett, Isla Herman we've seen be able to be a force down low and guard some of the taller players. But this will be an interesting matchup to see which team will prevail in what area. We'll step aside for just a brief moment. When we come back, our Elliot Insurance Group pregame area matchups and starting lineups. And then after that, it's opening tip-off for game one of our doubleheader here on your home of the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strody Orthodontics.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience, with our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
Or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
For 50 years, Elliot Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliot Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliot Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliot Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at elliotinsurancegroup.com.
First Option Bank, community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing lender.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Helms Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Look at the Bronco band go back here on our Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Now it's time for our pregame area matchups presented by Elliot Insurance Group. Elliot has served area communities for decades. When you're out traveling to your next big matchup, be sure to look for an Elliot location near you. Learn more at ElliotInsuranceGroup.com. And we have some written down from the Frontier League. We'll start off with Tonganoxie taking on the Ottawa Cyclones. That doubleheader starting right now. Dylan Funk, Dennis Drennan have that for you on Tonganoxie Sports Live. Eudora taking on the Baldwin Bulldogs. That should be an interesting matchup. 2 young and balanced teams.
Yeah.
Bonner Springs will travel to Paola and take on the Panthers. Then in terms of the UKC, Topeka West against Basler Linwood. Topeka Seaman taking on Lansing. Leavenworth against Shawnee Heights. Mill Valley against DeSoto. Turner's girls lost to DeSoto 17-77 last night, and Turner's boys lost to DeSoto 55-63 last night. The boys side Piper's girls take on Blue Valley Northwest, and Piper's boys take on Oak Park, the high school out of Missouri, in the 8-10 Varsity Showcase number 43. And then Blue Valley Southwest girls will take on Pittsburgh on Saturday. That will be on our sister channel, Pittsburgh Sports Live. We'll step aside once more for the anthem when we come back. Starters and opening tip here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2050. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
Find whole body wellness with Sozo Chiropractic in downtown Spring Hill. Relax and recharge with medical grade infrared. Experience natural relief with dry needling and acupuncture. Or try stem wave therapy, a cutting edge option for pain relief and healing. Whether it's you, your kids, or your family, Sozo Chiropractic is here to help you feel your best. Visit us at 102 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-0010. Sozo Chiropractic. Relax, restore, and live well.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, time for opening tip-off presented by Dan the Tailor Man. Isabel Harris and McKenna Losey in center circle. The Wildcats win the tip and away we go. And an early turnover on the end of Louisburg, trying to go quick out of the jump, but just unfortunately passed too long. That sails right to the baseline. And the Broncos will start with their first possession on offense here.
Yeah, right off the opening tip there, that ball hit the floor and nobody went to it. So Louisburg took advantage of that and tried to get an easy, quick one, but ended in a turnover.
How about the beautiful moves from Isabel Harris? Off the glass, too strong. Isla Herman, the second chance bucket. And the Broncos draw first blood.
Yeah, good pursuit there by Isla. Get the rebound and then just a quick little dribble out and baseline shot there. It's a good way to start the game for Isla.
A Wildcats team that graduated several seniors last year. And a nice block down low by Isla Herman, rebounded by Latham. Here's a three on the way for Tatum Battle. And the Wildcats snag the lead on their second offensive possession. It's the freshman Tatum Battle, who's been kind of an unsung hero for the Wildcats, and that one just left a little short off the hands of Isla Herman.
Yep, threes count the same, whether they use the glass or not. So nice shot there by Tatum. I'll see if the Broncos can get a stop here and get the ball back.
And talking with Coach Tunnell, she said they played well for 3 quarters. They had some great minutes, and they had some big plays by the upperclassmen, and that's who's really been quite a big factor this season. Their upperclassmen, one of them being Isabel Harris right there. And Kinley Scott, the junior forward, going to be called for the foul. First foul for either team here in the opening quarter. So on the floor for the Wildcats, the freshman guard, Tatum Battle, McKenna Losey, Morgan Latham, Maddie Yoder, and Kinley Scott. For the Broncos, the usual starting 5, and that one just rims out. Isla Herman drove in and almost had a beautiful finish, but Wildcats will scoop it up, and here they go offensively.
Yeah, it looked like she was just a little bit off balance there when she shot that. Maybe a little bit of contact down low that made her look off balance there, but got another foul down here on. Looks like a foul on.
They're going to give it on Aubrey Meter. Morgan Latham, who saw several minutes last year for the Wildcats, gets the start here, and that one just misses.
Yeah, I think foul trouble was something that we kind of tracked last year for Aubrey. She found herself in many games where she was in with 4 fouls and a couple that she fouled out, and she's done a much better job of that this year, controlling it. Sometimes that happens when you give the amount of effort that she does and diving on the floor and good defense, but she's managed that very well so far this year.
2-point lead. And they're going to call a travel on Spring Hill.
Yeah, she did have just a little bit of a hop there.
That's something also Coach Tunnell wanted to stress to me was they got to clean up the turnovers tonight. Had 20 last night against the Cyclones, although Ottawa did have 16 in that game, so a combined 36 between both Cyclones and the Broncos.
Yeah, 36 turnovers, a lot of turnovers.
Shot clock down to 10, trying to skip it over to Battle. Nice hands by Addie McConnell to poke it away. And the Wildcats will have an inbound play right near side toward the Bronco bench. 8 seconds on the shot clock. Handoff to Yoder. She'll have her try from deep. That one just misses. Rebound chased down by Aubrey Meter. Here they go in transition. The pass, McConnell wide open. That one just off the iron. Rebound, Losey, and she's trapped. Jump ball called. It's going to go to the Broncos.
I feel like I should track how many jump balls we have tonight. I think I would be disappointed if I did it, though, so I will not.
The pop pass to Isla Herman, and her shot just off. Kinley Scott with the rebound for the Wildcats. And they're going to call a foul on the floor. Latham trying to post up, and they're going to get Addie McConnell for the foul. Off goes Isabel Harris, and in goes Mason Brackett, the junior. Here's Kinley Scott in the corner. Dumps down for McKenna Losey, trying to fish it right back to Scott. Somehow still with it for the moment. Broncos take it away. Dump down to Kylan Herman and transition. And we're back to even at 4.
Yeah, and that play was made by Addie McConnell. It was a good finish there by Kylan, but Addie McConnell with the steal there, and they kept her head up and found Kylan cutting to the basket there for an easy one.
How about that hustle play from the freshman after she makes the basket, forcing a turnover there.
Well, we've been talking about it. It's growth. feeling more comfortable. The more minutes you get, the more comfortable you're going to be, the better you're going to execute.
Pull up J inside for Isla Herman, and the Broncos have their second lead change forced tonight.
Yeah, Isla just makes that look easy. Defensively, Louisburg, like I said, they're going to have to keep an eye on her and get a hand in her face, make things more difficult.
Foul on the shot. It's on Aubrey Meter. Based off the expression it is. That's Aubrey Meter's second already.
Is that the broadcast jinx? It might be. My apologies, Broncos fans.
So we're going to take turns, I suppose. I had one last night, and you have one tonight, so it's probably going to be me next Tuesday because you're not going to be there.
Call me, I'll give you one. Kaylee Schubert in the game.
And Coach Adrian Lane will call a full timeout to recollect here. We'll take one with her. 6-5 lead, one more shot. We come back here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience, with our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
At Fort Scott.
Back out of the timeout here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Coach Adrian Lane in her 6th season leading the Lady Cats, native of Drexel, Missouri. Played her high school ball at Drexel and was the former head coach of Drexel back from 2006 to 2012 and had a 90-36 record in 2 All-Star game coaching appearances. And so far, she's done a really phenomenal job with the Wildcats, getting the girls to the state tournament back in 2021. The first time in program history, actually, the boys and girls went at the same time that year. Isla Herman again. Money from inside the arc. Broncos back in front. And Coach Lane will send one to the scores table. There's Scott trying to post up. That shot misses, and Herman trying to push the ball in transition, forces a turnover. Mason Brackett going over the back of Scott. Here's a 2 inside for Latham, just off the side of the glass. Kylan Herman the rebound. They're going to go quick in transition. Isla trying to go for Schubert, just over her head and out of bounds.
Yeah, that would have been a difficult catch there for Kaylee. Isla probably should have just kept that and drove and have the defense commit to her and then maybe a bounce pass to Schubert. But it's good to see Schubert back on the floor. Had some injuries last year and just kind of getting back in the swing of things, I think. So good to see her back on the floor her senior year.
Aaliyah Gibbons will check in, and Kylan Herman, the active hands, already forcing the Wildcats into another inbound play. We'll go across the timeline here, right to the corner. Tatum Battle, corner 3. She's got another triple. Tatum Battle, 6 points. And a 1-point lead for the Wildcats.
Yeah, Tatum shooting the ball with confidence there. Has already buried 2, so off to a good start.
Comes from a family of athletes, I must say. Declan Battle. 3-second violation down low. And yet another turnover for Spring Hill. They'll go back to that full court press.
Yep, Declan, standout quarterback for the Wildcats. So definitely
beat
runs
it.
in the family.
And Battle's denied by McConnell. Isla to Kylan. Too strong off the glass. Kennelosi the board for the Wildcats here. They go quick in transition. Gibbons trapped in the corner. Now for Yoder. Dumps it down low to Latham. Off the side of the glass. Brackett trying to go for the rebound. Off her hands last. Wildcats inbound play into the basket.
Yeah, they didn't get a bucket there, but that was a good offensive possession there. Swinging the ball and then got a good look in the paint there. So I think from a coaching standpoint, you can't ask for anything better other than to actually get the ball to drop. But that was a good possession.
Aaliyah Gibbons from way downtown off the back iron. Mason Brackett the rebound and the outlet to Isla Herman. Schubert for three, just off the back of the iron. Right place, right time. Kylan Herman, the second chance, no good. Here's Tatum Battle with it the other way. Kylan Herman able to slow her down. Yoder's trapped inside, back out to Battle. Dump down, Losi going to work on Isla Herman. Too strong off the glass. Beautiful defensive effort by Isla Herman. There's that post presence we talked about, Curtis.
Yep, that's what makes her so valuable. She's got the size. She can guard 1 through 5, but can certainly go down on the block and guard their post players as well. That was good defense there by Isla.
Maddie Yoder picks up her first foul. Keely Rodden checks in for Mason Brackett. And Kinley Scott checks in for Morgan Latham. Both teams making substitutions here. Isla Herman step back jumper inside. Oh, man.
Just got it going. Tuesday night we mentioned maybe her three-point percentage wasn't where she wanted it to be, but tonight she's come out with some intensity and not really looking for the three. She's just taking what the defense has given her, and she's having a good night so far.
Speaking of Isla Herman, picks up her first foul. The team's fourth already. And Isla Melius will check in. And Isla Herman checks off. And you mentioned the numbers. Isla up to 52% from the field, 32 from three this season.
Still a good percentage.
Really good percentage.
Yeah, she had a rough night at it on Tuesday, but she's good enough. She'll turn around. I like that substitution there by Coach Tuttle as well. You can't afford to have Isla and Meter with 2 fouls, so it's just off a rotation a little bit, but get her out a little early and make sure that doesn't happen.
And a foul as the Wildcats are trying to go the other way with it. They're going to give it to Kylan Herman.
Yeah.
Isla will check in momentarily. And the Wildcats have entered the bonus. 2 free throws coming up for Maddie Yoder.
I think that's Coach Tuttle telling me I don't know what I'm talking about.
Herman checks in. Kaylee Schubert off. And the second one misses as well for Yoder. Isla Herman the rebound. About 2 seconds separating shot and game clock. Spring Hill up by 1. As much time as they want to chew off the clock, they certainly can. Herman, here's a 3 from the corner. That one takes every trip around the rim and out. Wildcats pushing it up the floor. Open look, Losi. That's a shot she can probably make 1,000 times in practice. And Coach Tuttle telling her girls to go. 3 seconds. McConnell pulls for the trigger, just short. And we're through 1 here inside the Spring Hill High School gymnasium. The Wildcats lead the Broncos 11-10. Back here for quarter number 2 after this here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
The University of Kansas Health System is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Kansas City Chiefs. Both organizations know excellence comes through their actions. It's about getting support and collaborating together. It's providing comfort and leadership to forge the path to success. The University of Kansas Health System cares for you in every moment, no matter how small. Learn more at kansashealthsystem.com.
Back here for quarter number 2 here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Brendan Bolin, Curtis Kaiser, Caden Carbajo back here with you. Wildcats lead at 11-10 after 1. Wildcats just been a steady presence today, and they made several trips to the free throw line, hence why.
Yeah, we didn't get to this pregame, but my keys to the game for the Broncos was to just not overlook Louisburg. You know, if you look at the records, you think, oh, they have not had a very good season. Well, rivalry games, you can't count on that. And then now with Aubrey Meter in some foul trouble, that's going to change the game plan a little bit. She's back in the game now, so we'll see if she can remain there.
And a shooting foul on the Wildcats. Going to go on McKinley Harmon. But Morgan Latham to open up the second quarter scoring for the Wildcats. The 2 on the other end, an open look. So this will send Addie McConnell to the line for Spring Hill. 38% from the line this season is the sophomore. And the second one no good as well. Nothing on the trip from Addie McConnell. Wildcats will make it across half court here. And a forced pass to be taken up by Addie McConnell, and Coach Tunnell speaks so highly of her and saying that she was really, really phenomenal this summer. And another shooting foul on the Wildcats, this time though on the freshman Tatum Battle. And another trip for the Broncos. This time it's going to be Aubrey Meter.
Get some opportunities now at the free throw line. It's got to make them count.
Aubrey Meter, first one off the mark. 63% from the line this season is the senior. Went 2 of 4 in her trips against the Cyclones on Tuesday. And the second one off the mark. 0 for 4 in the second quarter is the Broncos from the charity stripe.
As a coach, that's nothing's more frustrating, I think, than not being able to knock down free throws consistently. But
and they're going to call a travel. That's going to be on Morgan Latham. Just kind of recollected it and took a step with it. And I don't think it meant intentionally. It's sometimes still hard for me to be able to dribble with my eyes up.
Well, I can't say that we're anywhere close to the same age, but I certainly have that problem as well. There was a time when it wasn't hard to do. But.
And Tatum Battle is going to be called for a push.
3 quick fouls, 3 quick team fouls there on Louisburg, so they're going to have to watch that. There's a lot of time left in this quarter. You get to 5 and 2 shots for the Broncos.
The thing I watched about Battle on film is she's a competitor. Harris the move down low, just off the glass. Nice chase down by Addie McConnell. Broncos will have second life here with the reset shot clock here. McConnell still dancing with it here. And just miscommunication from her and Harris, and nice job by McConnell to hustle down and try and save it, but it's going to be going back with the Wildcats, and Coach Tuttle is going to call a timeout here. 6:11 to play in quarter number 2. Wildcats lead it by 3.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, and a special read from the Spring Hill Education Foundation. Get your tickets now for the second annual Spring Hill Education Foundation Spring Soiree, Twilight at the Vineyard, Saturday, March 7th at Borgmont Winery. This Roaring 20s themed event is sure to be a great night out for a great cause. Enjoy entertainment from dueling pianos, delicious food, drinks, dancing, and so much more. This event could sell out quick, so get your tickets now at the QR code or on the screen, or visit Chef at Facebook. Certainly it should be a fun event, and Roaring 20s theme, how about that?
Absolutely. Be fun to go to. Good defense there by Isabel Harris.
Great defense by the Broncos. Down to 10 on the shot clock.
Good help defense there. Switching on the perimeter. Nice job, Broncos.
Down to 3. Got to get it off. Still with it. Beautiful defense by the Broncos. That's Meter going quick in transition, and she's fouled, and that's already 4 team fouls on the Wildcats here in the second quarter.
Yeah, next team foul for the Wildcats will be 2 shots at the line for the Broncos. So they'll have plenty of opportunity to bring that percentage up we've been talking about.
Into the game for the Broncos for the first time tonight, London Cheatham, the freshman. And how talented has she been? So it looks to me we have a warning.
Warning for crossing over the line, maybe?
Yeah. Yeah, crossing over the line. That's going to be on McKinley Harmon. You can see the ref reiterating that to Coach Lane. Keely right into the scores table for Spring Hill. Harris goes to work down low again, and she's got her first 2 points on the evening. There's that post presence the Broncos had last year, and it's going to continue this year with Isabel Harris. And well, ball on the floor, it'll fall out of bounds. Wildcats with it, but it's a foul. It's on London Cheatham. Isabel Harris off, Keely Rodden in.
Yeah, Isabel Harris, it was a good, nice post move down there. She's certainly had a great role model in that, learning under Sydney Busher the last couple of years at the varsity level. So good to see her get some points and off in her senior year.
Keely Rodden picking up another foul on the end. So 2 quick team fouls on the Broncos. And also means she has Coach Tunnel even as well, who played in the post at UMKC.
Yeah.
And they're going to say Aaliyah Gibbons was on the line when she gained possession. So back the other way with it comes the Broncos. Wildcats will show some full court pressure. Keely Rodden across the timeline for Spring Hill. Coast to coast. Why not Keely Rodden? And the Broncos back in front for the first time since last quarter.
Well, the rule number 1 is stop the ball, and she went coast to coast there, so Louisburg's got to do their job of stopping the ball there so that doesn't happen again.
Gibbons gets the screen from Scott. Now they'll go for Latham, wide open room, trying to go up and under, misses. And trying to get it to the corner, but Isla Herman chases it down and forces this turnover for the Wildcats. Cheatham, beautiful find to Rodden. Back-to-back buckets for Keely Rodden, and the Wildcats are down to a 3-point deficit now after they led by as large as 3 in this game.
That was a great pass there by London. When she first passed it, I was like, oh, it's going to be a tough catch, but great catch there by Keely, good execution.
Keely pokes it away. Kylan Herman with it, 2-on-1 down the floor to Meter, just off the side of the glass. Meter, her own rebound. And the floater just off. And Coach Lane will call a 30-second timeout that we'll take with her. We'll stay here, actually. We'll get this read here. Again, this is the Twilight at the Vineyard. Get your tickets now for the Spring Hill Education Foundation Spring Soiree Twilight at the Vineyard. Again, Saturday, March 7th at Bourgmont Winery. The Roaring 20s theme event is sure to be a great night out for a great cause. Enjoy entertainment from dueling pianos, delicious food, drinks, dancing, and so much more. This event could still out, so get your tickets now at the QR code right here on your screen, or visit the Spring Hill Education Foundation on Facebook. With your help, the Spring Hill Education Foundation can continue to enhance the educational opportunities for the students and staff of Spring Hill schools. The Chef Spring Soiree, Twilight at the Vineyard, Saturday, March 7th. Don't miss it, folks. Sure to be a great time. Across the timeline is Scott. Down for Losi. Back once more for Scott. And try to go off the glass, no good. Rebound, Herman. Left wide open, beautiful finish.
Great execution there by the Broncos, and that seems to be a big part of Kylan's game. Is once the rebound or the shot goes up, she leaks out, and she's gotten a couple of transition buckets ready this evening.
Leah Gibbons still with it, and the dump to Scott is good. And just there a moment ago, we had our attic storage of Spring Hill instant replay there. Been a nice addition we've had, and special thanks to Attic Storage of Spring Hill for sponsoring our instant replays. Here's a three, Keely Ryden, no good. Kylan Herman chases it down. Isla's tripped up, and the Wildcats scoop it up here. And that's stripped away from Losi. Kylan to Meter, to Isla Herman. The Broncos running the floor.
That was fantastic. Kylan with the defense there. She found Aubrey down across half court and got it over to Herman. No dribbling. It's just a perfect execution.
That London Cheeseman batting that one away, and we'll go back to that last basket here on our Attic Storage of Spring Hill instant replay. Just the beautiful passing down the floor makes baskets like that so much easier.
Absolutely. That's the perfect way to do it. If you can break pressure like that without dribbling the ball, that's the ideal situation, and that's what the Broncos did there. It was great execution.
Down low for Losi, trying to work in on Rodden. It was double team, so has to kick it back out. There's a steal from Meter. Here she goes, 2-on-1. Fakes the Cheesem, trying to throw it up. It's just off the side of the glass. Tatum Battle, quick in transition. Rodden right there in the paint. They're going to call a blocking foul down low. And that's something that Coach Tunnel and I kind of talk about quite often, is their work in trying to attract a charge.
Yeah, you know, charges are great, and they're exciting, and they'll give your team a boost. But anytime you put the referee in a position to make a judgment call, it kind of takes it a little bit out of your hands. It looked like she was set there to me, but, you know, the ref obviously had a better viewpoint than I did. But, yeah, that's a tough one.
Emerson Deere checks in for the first time for the Wildcats. Isla Herman checks in for Keely Rodden. Second one, no good from Battle. Rebound by Mason Brackett. Deep throw, Meter. Oh, nice moves. Two misses, but Meter's still with it. Here's Cheesem, the open look, and she's got it. It's for two. Losi trapped. Battle collects it here for the Wildcats. Goes near side here with it. Cheesem Gordon close by. Wildcats trying to look for some momentum here. Foul on the floor on the drive. Going to call that on London Cheesem. That's her second.
We got Aubrey Meter, London Cheesem, and Keely Rodden, all three with 2 fouls.
Aubrey Meter to the bench. Isla Melius checks in. So one more foul from either team. It'll send the other to the bonus. And here's Battle's three that misses the mark, and it falls out of bounds.
Some pressure here by the Wildcats.
Both teams have kind of went to a full court press. Emerson Deere, the junior, will go one-on-one with Isla Herman. And they're going to call a double dribble on Isla.
Do you have a replay of that?
I actually do. I'd have to zoom forward on that one, but
Yeah.
because I had the replay going for quite a few minutes. Dumps it down to Scott. Bronco basketball.
You see, there's that dreaded jump ball I was talking about. I thought it was pretty good execution there by Louisburg, and they get jump ball called.
Beautiful setup there. McConnell quick across the timeline. Less than 40 to play. 12 seconds separating shot game clock. Here's the three on the way for McConnell. That one misses. Rebound, McKenna Losi swiped away by Cheatham, and that one just off the Broncos. Okay, so Wildcats go the other way with it.
Yeah, good defense there by London. Just wasn't able to get the shot to fall there, but good quick hands. Nice looking shot, just didn't go through. Good defense there. Nice. Isla Herman with the defense. And
we'll have their Attic Storage Spring Hill Insta replay there. Yeah, just got enough on it to poke it away. And shot clock off, 19 seconds. Bracket the screen. Herman the drive just off the side of the glass and off the Wildcats. Broncos will set up an inbound under the basket. 10.8 seconds. Been a steady scoring quarter for the Broncos. That continues as Mason Brackett uses her height to simply just a little hook shot down low. And the Wildcats across the floor don't get it off in time. It'll send us to halftime. 24-15, Broncos lead by 9. As we head to our Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. We'll come back and give you the stats here on your home of the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years, Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net. Or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Both my older sons have come through Strody Orthodontics. It's reasonable, it's been easy to make appointments and to follow through. Adam has finished the process and they've been fabulous for following up and making sure his retainers fit correctly. My younger son, Lucas, just started at 13. I would highly recommend Strody for anyone considering it. Starting the braces process, they'll tell you what's going on and make it easy, not scary, well-informed. It's nothing you can't handle.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, studying animal science or learning about farm and ranch management. Maybe you belong here as part of Helms Hoops on the hardwood. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Up your lawn care game at Hers Inc. in Spring Hill. We have one of the area's largest and most diverse selections of lawnmowers, including top brands like Altos, Bobcat, Gravely, Dixie Chopper, and Red Max. Quality built machines for any size job. And when you get your mower at Hers, we offer full service and repairs covered by your warranty. From the backyard to the back 40, the all-star lineup of mowers at Hers will make you the captain of the lawn. See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop.
Welcome back to our coverage of Bronco basketball here on Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strody Orthodontics. And now it's time for our halftime show presented by our friends at Michael Grant at Farnborough Financial Services. Michael's goals to help you plan for the unexpected and protect your future. Getting to know you and the things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit my 117 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2336. This will be our Spring Hill calendar and updates. Of course, girls basketball leads the Lady Wildcats 24-15 at halftime. Boys basketball will follow the conclusion of this game. Girls wrestling JV on the road at Blue Valley Southwest. That match, those duels started at 3:30. Varsity girls will be with boys wrestling and Holton. Those matches started at about 45 minutes ago. Girls varsity wrestling, boys JV, and varsity wrestling are all at Holton. Those matches, of course, started at 6 p.m. That's our Spring Hill calendar and updates. Of course, again, 24-15 our score here at the half. When we come back, Curtis and I will break down the numbers and stats. That's coming up next here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Hers Incorporated in Spring Hill is your area's premier small engine repair shop. Before you replace that faulty trimmer or mower, let our experts get you back to work. And if you are in the market for a new handheld, we carry Maruyama and Red Max trimmers. Plus, Hers is still the best place for hydraulic hoses, cylinder repair, and mechanical control cables. If that's not enough, we're also a UPS drop-off location. To learn more, visit us at hersinc.net, call 913-247-3530, or just stop on by.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2015. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net. For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
Find whole body wellness with Sozo Chiropractic in downtown Spring Hill. Relax and recharge with medical grade infrared. Experience natural relief with dry needling and acupuncture. Or try stem wave therapy, a cutting edge option for pain relief and healing. Whether it's you, your kids, or your family, Sozo Chiropractic is here to help you feel your best. Visit us at 102 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-0010. Sozo Chiropractic. Relax, restore, and live well.
Back here in our Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Brenda Bull and Curtis Kaiser back here with you. And Curtis, your initial thoughts in that first half? Broncos lead 24-15.
Well, Isla Herman came out on fire there in the first quarter with 8 points, and then Louisburg did a better job in the second quarter defending her. And Aubrey Meader getting early foul trouble there maybe kind of took her off her game a little bit. We talked about that in the pregame, how she's kind of really established herself as the the number 2 scoring guard, and sometimes even more, sometimes the number 1. I don't think she's scored yet this evening. So those things kind of jump out to me. But then when you look at the balanced scoring we've got, look at the younger players that are, Kylan Herman scored 4 points, and Mason Brackett's got a bucket. London Cheatham has a bucket. Keely Rod's got 4 points. So although, we haven't got the scoring from Meader yet this evening, we've had some young ones step up there. So good quarter there, second quarter with 14. Held the Wildcats to just 4 points in that second quarter. So Broncos have done a better job of just executing here in the second quarter than the Wildcats, and that's led us to a 24-15 lead.
And Coach Tunnel talking to me saying we got to put pressure on these Wildcats because this is a young group that, they don't have much varsity experience alongside this group as well. Although, you have 3 starters out there for the Wildcats that were just in the state tournament. Several of them saw minutes in that state tournament, of course. So these are kind of 2 young teams, but one's just recently been in the state tournament, and that's kind of a big stakes. Big stakes deal, if you ask me. So 16 more minutes to decide this one here. Wildcats will start off with the ball on the sideline here. Here's Losey to battle for 3. That one just off the side of the glass. Herman the rebound, pushing the pace for McConnell. Down low, under some pressure. Kylan to Isla for 3. Got it! There's the triple we've been waiting for from Isla Herman. Smiles on her face. Broncos lead it by 12.
And that was great execution there. Kylan got the steal there and found Addie McConnell. Addie kind of struggled with the ball there, but she went low and got it back to Kylan, who had a great cross-court pass to Isla Herman, doing what Isla Herman does.
The Broncos, what they do so well, I noticed on film, is they close out really well and they get up in your face. For a team like this, you want to do that because that puts a lot of pressure. And right there, forced turnover by the Broncos.
And the underclassmen here that are getting a lot of varsity experience, they can do it without fouling. So that's what's important too. Is you don't see Kylan Herman getting in foul trouble, or Keely Rod, or Lennon Cheatham, or Addie McConnell. They're just good defensive players that are growing into that role, but they can do it without fouling, it can be an art for sure.
And a beautiful execution on the inbound play. Full court pressure by the Broncos. Wildcats get past it and gets the points on the board here in the third quarter. Like you mentioned, they were only held to 4 in that second quarter after scoring 11 in that first and had that 11-10 lead starting off the game. Meader trying to find Harris, who had the seal right there on Maddie Yoder. Another turnover by the Broncos. See if the Wildcats can get some points off of it here. Yoder open room, throws it up and just off. Meader snatches away the ball for the board. Meader, McConnell left alone for 3. Off the front of the iron, she gets her own miss. Here's Meader. Kylan's left alone. That one off the mark. Isabel Harris the rebound. And the Broncos have some more life. Kylan, pull-up jumper inside, left it short. Harris saves it. McConnell once again. Referees blow it dead.
Are they going to take the lid off the basket? Must be a shot clock violation here, or shot clock malfunction maybe. Great execution here by the Broncos. Good effort. Missed, they're not getting the shots aren't falling. Boy, the effort's outstanding down there. Isabel Harris had a couple hustle plays, saved the ball from going out of bounds twice on that same possession. So the effort's there.
21 on the shot clock was put on. Broncos with their 4th chance. Meter fadeaway jumper left short. This time the Wildcats will end the spell. It's Maddie Yoder the board. Deep throw, beautiful find, and the fake and buckets by Kenalosi.
Yeah, that was a great find and great execution there by the Wildcats to get a bucket and transition.
Cheatham slicing through, but just again too strong. Louisburg with the other way. Yoder drives baseline, throws it up, and left it off. Here comes Spring Hill with it.
Yeah, that example right there is what I was just talking about. London had great defense there and was able to do it without fouling.
Isla Herman lost her dribble and somehow turned into Steph Curry with the dribbles there.
There's not much that Isla Herman can't do on the basketball court, that's for sure.
I mean, wow. The find for Harris. Throws it up and in. Isabel Harris, 4 points for her. Broncos lead by 10. Left alone is Harmon. That one off. Harris just could not collect it. It falls out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wildcats.
Yeah, Isabel's having a nice game for the Broncos here tonight. Got 4 points, but the hustle plays and the rebounds and the defense down on the block have been outstanding.
And that one off the hands of Latham was trying to zip it down low. And that was a bullet right down low, but just off the hands.
Coming in a little hot.
Cheatham pulls up inside. 2 bounces and no good. Harris fights for the rebound. Spins, fades away, just off. Rebound, McKinnellosi.
That's the thing to notice there about Isabel. If you notice last possession, she went to her right hand. That time she went to her left hand. So she's really worked hard to develop that. Being able to use both hands. And it's a good looking shot.
Harmon's shot was off. Here's Isla Herman. Beautiful take in the basket.
Yeah, just a little hesitation there. Made the defense kind of relax for a second because they didn't think she was going to drive it, and then got an easy one.
Leah Gibbons down for Latham. Beautiful scoop move on Isabel Harris.
That's pretty good defense by Isabel. That's just a great shot there by Morgan.
There was our Attic Storage of Spring Hill instant replay on that shot. Here's McConnell, still with it. Finds room on the baseline. Oh, what a move, Annie McConnell. Found room on the baseline right there and forces a full timeout called by Coach Lane. And the Broncos firing on all cylinders. 33-21. Spring Hill leads at 3:15 to go here in quarter number 3. You're watching Bronco basketball on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Let's go back to that move by Addie McConnell. I mean, wow.
Like I said, a lot of times, you don't want to dribble down into trouble down there on the block, but when the defense isn't there, that's just a nice little reverse layup there. It was great execution there by Addie.
And there's a steal by London Cheatham. Meter the full court heave, poked away by Tatum Battle. They were going for McConnell once again.
Yeah, that great defense there by London. That kind of reinforces what I've been saying about being able to have good defense there without fouling. And Broncos have had several turnovers tonight where they're trying to push maybe a little bit too much. I don't know if that's been a point of emphasis from Coach Tuttle. It'd be interesting to get her thoughts on that, if that was in the game plan or if it's just trying to get an easy one.
In my conversations with her this morning, it was in the game plan to go quick in transition. She said that's something that she really wanted to take advantage of against this Wildcat team. Here's Rodden trying to drive in on Scott, and Rodden's going to pick up a foul.
It's her third.
So Bronco in foul trouble, and that was something that going in from last year to this year, we saw the fouls kind of started to pick up just a little bit on the Broncos. But this year it's been much cleaner so far, but we had Meter in foul trouble last night, and now Rodden in foul trouble here in the third quarter. Here's Tatum Battle trying to go down low. McConnell pokes it out, and the Wildcats will have to inbound it under the basket.
Yeah, another good defensive possession there by the Broncos. Good help there by Keeley. And he was able to poke it out of bounds.
The give to Scott. Goes to work on Isla Herman. Oh, what great moves down low.
Yeah, that's a nice shot there by Kinley. That's pretty hard to stop there.
10-point lead for Spring Hill. Connell resets the offense. Herman and Meter not on the same page, and extra contact there, and they're going to call, I believe that's going to be a hold on Tatum Battle.
Yep.
That's Battle's third, and they're going to sub her off. Also off goes Losi. Latham and Yoder, the two to check in.
Yeah, Broncos are fortunate there because there's miscommunication there between Isla and Aubrey.
It also looked like, Aubrey might have gotten held a little bit on that miscommunication. Three from Isla left short. Cheatham trying to keep it in, but is last off her fingertips, and it's going the other way with the Wildcats.
Yeah, good hustle there by London. Just wasn't quite able to corral it, but good effort. Some full court pressure here by Addie McConnell.
And McConnell is going to be called for a reach. Kylan Herman will check in. There she goes, McConnell off. Addie McConnell's got two. Inbound play for Herman to Yoder. They'll go back for Scott down low. Posting up on Rodden. Has to kick it to Latham. Cheatham to poke it away. Herman the steal. Here comes Spring Hill. Isla Herman dances around. The beautiful finish at the glass from Isla Herman.
Yeah, just like that previous possession we talked about with the Wildcats where they dribbled coast to coast. You got to stop the ball there. Isla Herman's too good to not get a bucket there.
Keely Rodden's going to pick up foul number 4. Just an unfortunate collision right there. Just a bit too late. And Rodden's going to have to go off, and they're going to turn to Mason Brackett. Minute 20 to play in quarter number 3. 35-23 Bronco lead. London Cheatham poking away at Gibbons. The give to Yoder. Here's her triple try. No good. And they're going to call a foul on, that's Latham.
Latham, yep.
That's Latham's second. Minute 10 to go in quarter number 3. Isla Herman to inbounds. Has to get it off and does to Meter, and Isla Herman gets right back. Wildcats will shut off towards their own side of the floor. Meter pulls up inside. She's fouled on the way up. 2 free throws coming up for Aubrey Meter. It's her first trip since last quarter. She went 0 for 2 on her first trip.
Yeah, Broncos haven't made a free throw yet this game. 0 for 4, all in the second quarter.
And there's your jinx again, 0 for 5.
I should just stop talking. Can you have a color commentator not talk?
We have Matt Jones here in attendance. I'm kidding. I love you, dude. And Meter breaks the curse. First made free throw for Spring Hill tonight, 1 of 6 total at the line. Here come the Broncos, full court pressure.
Yep.
And the pressure gets to the Wildcats, forcing a travel call.
Yep, she just gathered it there and then had a little extra hop.
Isla Herman and Kaylee Schubert with the trap. Mason Brackett, go to work. Yes, ma'am. And Aubrey Meter trying to poke it away from Elliot Gibbons.
Tell you what, if Mason Brackett can continue to refine that shot there with her size, she's going to be a force to be reckoned with for sure.
Elliot Gibbons going for Scott. Just out of reach. It'll be Bronco basketball to go the other way. 28.5 seconds. Wildcats will go to a full court pressure. Harmon to guard up on Meter. Meter across the timeline. Shot clock is off. Brackett screens Meter. Meter the drive and collects the foul and runs into a cheerleader in the process. I believe that was Matt Jones' own daughter.
There you go.
Meter collects the first free throw.
I will say nothing more than great shot.
Doesn't make the second. 2 of 6 from the charity stripe is Meter today. Wildcats quick work around the perimeter. Harmon shot off. Rebound Kinley Scott, and Isla Herman just trying to poke the ball away from Yoder a bit too late, and both teams now on the bonus. Isla Herman picks up her second personal foul. This is Yoder's first trip to the line tonight. That one just off the front of the rim, no good. One more coming up for Yoder. Off the back of the iron. Ball still on the ground. Scott picks it up, and she's fouled at the buzzer. Is Scott.
Like maybe they got Mason Brackett.
Uh-oh. The cheerleaders were about to do a routine. And the band started playing, but everybody forgot that Kinley Scott's got to shoot free throws. First one's good for Scott. Scott misses the second. And our PA announcer, Murray Matthews, says now it's the end of the third quarter. 8 more to play here in game number 1 of our doubleheader. The Lady Broncos lead it 39-24 after 3. We've got 1 more to play. Find out who wins this one next on Spring Hill Sports Live.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience, with our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
And I think Caden was trying to pan it on one of our other colleagues here, Matt Jones, everybody's favorite football analyst. He'll join me for the boys and girls wrestling duels as they take on the Gardner-Edgerton Trailblazers as Aubrey Meter collects the foul. It's on Tatum Battle. That's her fourth. So the young Wildcat in trouble. And Meter, this is already her third trip to the line in the second half, fourth total.
Yeah, it's unfortunate there for Tatum. She's had a really good game here this evening, but a little bit of foul trouble here, so we'll have to get a little bit of rest, but I'm sure she'll be back in soon.
Here's Meter's second shot. That one good.
See how I said nothing the entire time about shooting free throws there? She hit them both. Well done.
Saturday, February 12th, and also Thursday, February 5th. Sorry, Thursday, February 5th, and Thursday, February 12th will be the dates of those duels against the Gardner-Edgerton Trailblazers. Of course, myself, Matt Jones, Ken Carbajo on the call for that one right here on your home of the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live. Here's Kinley Scott with it after the inbound.
The foul at Isabel Harris there that last time.
And a pass over the head of Yoder from Losi.
Good pressure defense there caused that turnover for the Broncos.
McConnell flashes out. Beautiful spin move. Dishes it off to Kylan Herman. McConnell back with it, far side. And Harris and Meter, miscommunication there. Here comes Scott the other way. McConnell slows her down. Scott still trying to go to work, and she's got a chance at one more. Count the buckets. McConnell picks up her third personal foul. London Cheatham at the table. Referee will allow the substitution. Kenley Scott, the chance to complete the and one play. Got it. Kylan to Isla. Isla screens for Meter. Pull up jumper inside. That one off. Rebound. That was Yoder, and Kylan Herman will pick up a foul. That's her third. So the Broncos entering dangerous territory. McConnell with three. Kylan with three, or that's her second, actually. Yeah. Keeley has four, mind you. And a turnover by the Wildcats. Isla Herman takes it herself. Yoder trying, or that was, yeah, it was Yoder trying to collect the foul.
Good look.
Beautiful look. Isla to Kylan. Kylan Herman's got her first points on the evening.
Good Herman to Herman connection there.
London Cheatham, Kylan Herman. Collect the 10-second violation.
You know, I think what we've kind of been talking about it, defense is becoming a big part of our identity. It's a lot of fun to watch.
A team that we're being, with a lot of young varsity players, they're a scrappy bunch, and they come to compete, and that's what's made this program so great, and what Coach Tunnell's done for this program is made it competitive, made them competitors. As Meter, the competitor herself in this program, drives in and gets a foul collected on her. That's going to be the fourth foul on McKinley Harmon. So that's the second Wildcat now with 4 fouls, and it's going to send Morgan Latham to the table to be checked in. Meter misses the first free throw. And off goes Losi. Meter's chance for one more, makes the second. 17-point lead for Spring Hill. Wildcats have some work to do to try and get back in this one. Aaliyah Gibbons wants to cut the deficit. That one just misses. Scott, the chase down rebound. And Latham with it. Back for Scott. Drives in near side and fouled on the way up.
Good effort there by Scott. Again, saved the ball from going out of bounds. And you can tell she was calling for the ball. She was ready to drive the lane there, draw the contact. Gets to the free throw line. So good possession there by Scott.
Isabel Harris picks up her second foul. First free throw good from Kenley Scott. Emerson Deere checks in for McKinley Harmon. And the second one good. Meter to the throw to Kylan Herman. Herman dancing on Yoder. Cheatham gets it back to Kylan. Screen from Meter. Kylan, back turn, now faces the basket here. Shot clock down to 10. Broncos will hold on to it as long as they can, and Yoder is going to be called for a push. It's going to go into the basket. That's her second. And the Broncos will take a bit of a gamble here. Keely Rodden enters the game, but has to be careful. 4 fouls on the sophomore, and Coach Lane will call a timeout here. We'll take one with her here on Spring Hill Sports Live. 4:53 to play in the game. 44-29, Broncos lead it here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Presented by Strody Orthodontics. Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Once again, would like to share this message from the Spring Hill Educational Foundation. Get your tickets for the 2nd annual Spring Hill Education Foundation Spring Soiree. Twilight at the Vineyard, Saturday, March 7th at Borgmont Winery. Get your tickets by scanning this QR code or visit the Chef Facebook page to get your tickets. Get them fast before they sell out. And this all goes towards a great cause of helping out the students of Spring Hill schools and the staff as well. Herman fades away. Isla Mealy is trying to save it from going fully out of bounds, but can't quite corral it. Wildcats will inbound. And that's going to be a carry.
Yeah, good defense there by Isla Milius. Caused that turnover.
Aubrey Meter checks in for Kylan Herman. Isla gets it off to Aubrey Meter. Now here's Kaylee Schubert, her second appearance tonight. Meter open room from the free throw line, takes it. It's in for a moment, then back out. Schubert down low, too strong off the glass. Mealy has had it for a moment. Her and Rodden to the floor, still with Spring Hill. It's Aubrey Meter. Meter trying to drive in, finds Keely Rodden. That one just misses. And the rebound from Lathan. Pushing the floor, Scott is fouled by Melius. 2 free throws coming up.
Yeah, Broncos had their chances down there on the end, and great pass there, but just wasn't able to get it to fall.
And the Wildcats will enter the bonus. 5 team fouls on Spring Hill. Alamila is picking up our first personal. Kinley Scott, here's the first free throw from her. That one's good. Wildcats will take a gamble here. Tatum Battle, who has 4 fouls, enters the game. Mason Brackett checks in for Isla Herman. So on the floor for the Broncos, Mason Brackett, Keely Rodden, Isla Melius, Aubrey Meter, and Kaylee Schubert. Aaliyah Gibbons, Tatum Battle, Morgan Latham, Kinley Scott, and Emerson Deere, the 5 on the floor for the Wildcats, and a foul called on Louisburg.
No, I think it's on Mason Brackett. Got her for an offensive foul there. Must have been a moving screen, maybe?
Yeah, it definitely was.
And Kinley Scott, 5 for 5 so far in the fourth quarter from the free throw line.
How about it?
How about that?
Wildcats trail by 13 here in the last quarter of play.
Double dribble, yeah.
And it's going to be a double dribble. It's on Emerson Deere. Again, any foul that's on the Broncos will send Louisburg to the free throw line for 2 shots. Wildcats have 2 more fouls to give. And to the free throw line go the Wildcats there.
Another offensive foul.
And Keely Rodden, that's her 5th. So Keely Rodden is done for the day. Isla Herman having to check in.
Keely giving us a boost there in the second quarter with 4 points. Good effort.
Been a great day from Keely Rodden today. Part of that young post presence that the Broncos can look forward to. And Scott again fouled, and again will go to the line. Already 5 of 5, like you mentioned, in this fourth quarter. Lamelius picks up 2 quick fouls in this quarter.
Well, if you can continue to knock them down, this is good for Louisburg, because if you can score while the clock is stopped.
Scott now 5 of 6. Here's the second one. Got it. 12-point lead now for Spring Hill. 3:10 to play. Wildcats trying to produce some offense. Count the bucket. Kaylee Schubert on the drive. And that foul is going to be tacked on Kinley Scott. That's her 2nd.
Great attack there by Kaylee Schubert. Was able to absorb the contact and get the ball in the hoop. Well done.
And it completes the 3-point play. How about Schubert doing great on defense? Aaliyah Gibbons, though, across the floor. Battle her shot off. Rebound, Emerson Deere. And that one just too high. And that one will fall out of bounds. And how about the hustle there from Aubrey Meter? And Coach Tuttle will call a timeout to talk things over. We'll stay here and give you a quick word again from the Spring Hill Educational Foundation. Again, don't forget your tickets now for the 2nd annual Spring Hill Education Foundation Spring Soiree themed Twilight at the Vineyard. Saturday, March 7th at Borgmont Winery. This Roaring 20s themed event is sure to be a great night out for a great cause. Enjoy entertainment from dueling pianos, delicious food, drinks, dancing, and so much more. This event could sell out, so get your tickets now at the QR code right on your screen or visit Chef on Facebook. With your help, the Spring Hill Education Foundation can continue to enhance the educational opportunities for the students and staff of Spring Hill schools. The Spring Hill Education Foundation Spring Soiree, Twilight at the Vineyard, Saturday, March 7th. You want to go with me, Curtis?
You know, I'd love to. I've never been to a soiree.
I'll leave this QR code on the screen for those that want to scan and get your tickets now. Please do so. I'm buying my tickets right now as we speak.
Sign me up.
I'll put you on my tab.
All right. Put it on BJ's tab.
Ooh. I don't think he wants to hear that. 2.5 minutes to play here in the final quarter. Broncos moving the ball around well.
It's a nice offense they have there. They just kind of do some curls and some screens, and it's fun to watch. Constant movement.
And Mason Brackett called for an illegal screen.
Until you do an offensive foul, which we've had a few of those, but it's kind of a complicated offense, more than you see at most high school levels, but girls are learning it and executing it well for the most part.
Battle throws it up with the pressure from Melius coming. That one misses. Broncos the rebound. Here's Schupert on the side of the floor. Beautiful move, trying to collect a foul, but it's still with Aubrey Meter and the Broncos. Broncos trying to chew as much clock as they can. They have quite a decent sized lead, but maybe want to try and cushion it. Shot clock down to 10. Meter, the screen from Brackett, driving baseline. Meter, shot no good. Isla Herman, the rebound and the putback basket.
Good things will happen. My high school coach always said good things will happen if you get the ball up on the rim, and that's the kind of what happened there. Isla Herman was at the right place at the right time.
Wildcats need a basket here, and the active hands of Schupert poking that one away. We'll go to our attic storage of Spring Hill. Instant replay for that one. Just trying to dump it down, and Kaylee Schupert bats it away.
Good to see Brooklyn Love and Brooklyn Gearing in the game. Get some playing time this evening.
And a foul on the floor. That's going to be...
Boy, it looked like Brooklyn took that one right on the chin.
Brooklyn Love, who freshly checks in and freshly collects the foul. And Kinley Scott again to the free throw line in this fourth quarter. It's now, I believe, her 5th trip, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, she's the only Wildcat who scored in this quarter. And she's doing a really good job of that from the free throw line.
Full court press set up by Spring Hill. Deep throw for Gearing. Wildcats going to play a lot of pressure basketball here. Broncos just trying to run out as much clock as they can. Brackett the screen, Schupert drive. Now for Gearing. For Schupert in the corner. Dumps it down low for Brackett. Posts up and collects the foul. And that's going to be on Losi.
Again, a good-looking shot there by Mason Brackett. So it's good to see her get some chances down there on the block.
Mason Brackett, her first free throw is good and true. Brackett 50% at the line this season so far. 43% from the field. Knocks down both her free throws.
And I said nothing, and you're welcome. Good job there by Mason.
You just going to let me do all the talking now?
Yep.
Losey's layup no good. A rebound Gearing. Shot clock is off. Wildcats still with a bunch of pressure. Love trying to get it to Gearing. Picked up by Battle.
Offensive foul, no.
Oh. One's going to be on Brooklyn Love. Yes, Brooklyn Love. 2 fouls after checking into the ball game.
Well, I sure thought looked to me like she was set there, but referee's not going to ask my opinion. So
both teams in the bonus. Yeah. Battle's first free throw is good and true. One more coming up from the freshman. He's played a phenomenal game tonight for the Wildcats. She makes the second.
And that gets her to double figures with 10.
10-point night from Tatum Battle. Broncos will run this thing out. Battle had 7 against Harrisonville. Third highest scorer, was one of 4 Wildcats that scored that night. For Louisburg, they fall to 1-7, and for Spring Hill, back at the Mendoza line of 500 at 4-4, get their second win in conference play. Final score 51-36. And the Broncos will get a win here at home. Stay tuned for our postgame show coming up right after this here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Lady Broncos take the game 1 of the doubleheader here, 51-36.
For 50 years, Elliot Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliot Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliot Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliot Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at elliotinsurancegroup.com.
First Option Bank Community Banking at its best. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
The Kansas City Chiefs and the University of Kansas Cancer Center are at the top of their game. Both organizations know excellence comes through their actions. It's about giving support and collaborating together. It's providing comfort and leadership to forge the path to success. The University of Kansas Cancer Center cares for you in every moment, no matter how small. Learn more at kucancercenter.org.
Spring Hill's hometown shop is J&T Auto Service. As a full-service repair shop, J&T Auto Service works on all makes and models. Diesels, Europeans, they do it all. From combines to Corvettes. Visit J&T Auto Service for oil changes, tires, brakes, alignments, electrical diagnostics, and so much more. Small town, friendly service with high-tech tools and training. Schedule your service at J&T Auto Service. Call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, now time for our post-game show, just briefly here, presented by Elliot Insurance Group. At Elliot Group, they believe building strong relationships with their clients and their community is the best way to serve them both. Process throughout the area and online at elliotinsurancegroup.com. 51-36, the final score of the first half of our doubleheader. And Curtis, your thoughts?
Well, starting with the Broncos, a lot of people in the scorebook. That's an encouraging sign. So we had Kaylee Schubert with 3, Aubrey Meter with 5, Addie McConnell with 2, Kylan Herman with 6, Mason Brackett with 6, Isla Herman doing Isla Herman things with 19. Isabel Harris with 4, and London Chisholm with 2. And Keely Rodden rounded out the scoring for the Broncos. So a lot of young players in the scorebook. You know, normally we look at this, we might have 4 or 5 people score, but we ended up with 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9 people in the scorebook. So well-rounded scoring there by the Broncos. And the Wildcats had 2 players in double figures there. Kinley Scott with 17, Tatum Battle with 10 for the freshman. Morgan Latham with 7, McKenna Losey with 2. So they had 4 people in the scorebook for a total of 36. So, you know, Broncos, we talked about their defense. That was kind of their calling card all night long. Good pressure defense. Louisburg struggled with that at times. And we're looking forward to them continuing that. Their next game is where? I forget.
For us?
Yes.
Bonner Springs on the road.
So we go to Bonner, and Louisburg goes where? I put you on the spot. Sorry about that.
No, you're all good. Louisburg, I want to say, so I can easily get that up for the Wildcats. They fall to 1-7 on the season. Unfortunately, still looking for their first Frontier League win. Louisburg will go on the road next Tuesday. I remember just now. Next Tuesday, they're at home against Blue Valley Southwest, the Timberwolves.
All right. Well, again, you know, the bright spots that both of these teams have some young players that are continuing to develop, so that's good. Kinley Scott for Louisburg did a great job at the free throw line there in the 4th quarter. So, and again, finished with 17 points. So, congrats to the Broncos on the win.
That'll do it for our first half of the doubleheader. Stay tuned after a quick commercial break. We'll preview this boys matchup between the Broncos and the Wildcats coming up next on our Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Lady Broncos 51-36 victory here at Hall. Boys coming up next.
Are you looking for a trusted heating and air conditioning contractor? Look no further than Comfort Designs, Spring Hill's Heating and Air Conditioning Company. Comfort Designs Heating and Air has 100% NATE certified technicians who are friendly, knowledgeable, and ready to help. They'll care for your home and complete the job with speed and precision. Locally owned and operated right here in Spring Hill for more than 20 years. Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning. See all they have to offer at comfortdesigns.net or schedule your appointment at 913-592-4453.
Option Bank Community Banking at its best. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here as part of Fort Scott Community College's John Deere Tech program. Maybe you belong here as part of the perennial playoff-bound Greyhound baseball team. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Back here from Spring Hill High School for game number 2 of our doubleheader between the Broncos and the Louisburg Wildcats. Our coverage of Bronco basketball this season is presented by Strody Orthodontics. Strody Orthodontics specializes in creating beautiful, healthy smiles. Dr. Claire Strody and the staff at Strody Ortho are experienced, highly trained orthodontic specialists with decades of combined experience. Locations in Spring Hill, Olathe, and Overland Park. Learn more at StrodyOrtho.com. A very pleasant good evening to you, and thanks for tuning in to the second half of our doubleheader here alongside my partners, Caden Carbajo, Curtis Kaiser. I'm Brendan Bullen, and Curtis, how about these Broncos on Tuesday? 58-56, and the player you see right there on your screen, Jordan Miller, getting the last-second buckets, securing the victory over an Ottawa team that was just in the state tournament last year. He had all of his 4 points in that fourth quarter, so Jordan Miller getting it done late in the game when it matters most.
Yeah, that was a huge win for the Broncos, and that was a tight game throughout. And that very last play there, I think I mentioned it during the broadcast there, with Jordan Miller being the football quarterback, that was very much just kind of a give-and-go play, and if the lane was there, he was supposed to take it, and that's exactly what he did, and caught Ottawa out of position there, and got himself an easy bucket to win the game. There's a great execution by Jordan Miller on Tuesday night. Looking for more of that here tonight.
We'll go straight into our Comfort Designs Heating and Air Conditioning pregame show, and this was a team that they had not the third quarter they wanted, but they had a phenomenal fourth quarter. They had a really good run late in the fourth quarter that was able to get them back in the game. Went back and forth with the Cyclones before securing the victory. It was late threes from both teams. Hayden Hull had a clutch three. Jace Morning chucked up a three to tie the game. I mean, it was a back and forth battle within the last minute, but the Broncos got it done. But, I mean, I take a look at the statistics from last game, and the Broncos, they shot 43% from three-point range compared to Ottawa's 29%.
Yeah, Peyton McAvoy had a big hand in that. He had a phenomenal game from beyond the arc. And the one that stuck out to me offensively last game was Greg Gebhardt. He played a great game, and if he can continue to develop like that, that's going to help carry these Broncos a long ways.
Jackson Bruce leading the team in scoring with 20 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist. 8 of 15 from the field. Didn't make a three-pointer, but went 4 of 4 at the line. So did really well in several areas that game. Also defensively, a phenomenal job. Jackson Bruce doing what Jackson Bruce does best.
Yeah, I should give him props too. I don't want to ignore that, but you kind of become accustomed to Jackson Bruce putting the ball in the bucket. So yeah, he had a great game as well, and I'm sure we'll continue that here tonight. Looking forward to a good matchup here against Louisburg.
We take a look at the Louisburg Wildcats. 2-5 so far in the season, 1-3 in conference play. They suffered a 40-48 loss to Harrisonville, and this is a very young Louisburg team. And when you look at the roster, it may not look like it. They're very junior and senior top heavy, but there's only 2 sophomores. But a lot of these guys played mostly JV last year, including a few of the stars of the show. Lance Callahan and Herschel Stromberger, which we'll see tonight. But what do you make of this Louisburg team that you've seen?
Well, you hit the nail on the head there. They're young, and so they're trying to find their way, and Broncos are kind of that way too. And it's hard for a team just coming back from break, maybe not a lot of varsity level experience, but they're going to have to learn with some on-the-job training, if you will. So, and the Broncos are kind of in the same boat there, so it should be a good matchup here this evening.
And they started off the season really well. They had really good wins against Wellsville and Tonganoxie, but so far they've dropped their last 5 games, in which their most recent one was after break. So they dropped their last 4 headed into the break, and then they dropped their most recent game back on Tuesday. So this will be interesting to see how the Wildcats will respond to this adversity, if you will.
Yeah, and I alluded to this during the girls' game. Rivalry games like this, records don't mean anything. Losing streaks don't mean anything, right? It's a rivalry game, and so I expect both teams to come out and execute at a high level.
We'll step aside for just a brief moment. When we come back, starting lineups and opening tip-off. That's coming up next here on Spring Hill Sports Live, your home for Bronco Athletics.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Find whole body wellness with Sozo Chiropractic in downtown Spring Hill. Relax and recharge with medical grade infrared. Experience natural relief with dry needling and acupuncture. Or try stem wave therapy, a cutting edge option for pain relief and healing. Whether it's you, your kids, or your family, Sozo Chiropractic is here to help you feel your best. Visit us at 102 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-0010. Sozo Chiropractic. Relax, restore, and live well.
Whether you're trying to make the most of the next harvest, navigating a changing business landscape, or planning for the next chapter in your life, the professionals at Prime Accounting Solutions are here to help. With 10 locations, Prime Accounting offers convenient, friendly accounting and tax services at a fair price. Payroll, bookkeeping, business planning, personal tax filing, and more. And now Prime is the place to go for insurance. Bronco fans can find us at 408 North Webster in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2050. To find a location near you, go to primeaccounting.net.
My name is Dr. Claire Strody. I'm the owner and orthodontist here at Strody Orthodontics. You may run into me out at the soccer fields or out on the baseball diamonds. The things that I love most about orthodontics are when patients tell me how much they enjoy their smile and how much more confidence they have after having their treatment. We love serving the families and people here in South Johnson County and also surrounding areas. And I look forward to serving you and your family.
Here we go, game number 2 coming up on tap here inside the gymnasium as we take a look at tonight's starting lineups. Jackson Bruce, Jordan Miller, Eli Hedrick, Grant Gebhardt, and Brooks Beyer for the Broncos. For the Wildcats, Herschel Strumberger, Parker Stanfield, Owen Marsh, Derek Frederick, and Lance Callahan, the 5 on the floor for the Wildcats. It's an energetic and buzzing gymnasium here at Spring Hill High School. Both fans traveling well, but only one can take this rivalry game.
There is a lot of purple in this gymnasium right now.
Oh, yeah. A lot. Here we go. Bruce Strumberger in the center circle. Wildcats win the tip, and away we go. And a quick scrumble on the floor. Miller picks it up. Here's Beyer down the floor. Euro stepping his way in the paint. Wow.
Brooks Spire showing off some athleticism there. He was able to do a little Euro step there. Good control. Jordan Miller being a menace defensively like he always does with the steal.
And another steal by Spring Hill. This Broncos team, athleticism kills. And the layup by Hedrick, no good. Wildcats will come up the floor with it. And that one off the knee of Marsh. Here comes Miller. Hop steps his way in, but they're going to get him for a travel.
We've played 54 seconds, and Jordan Miller has 3 steals. Put that in your stat book. That's got to break a record of some sort. Good defense there by Jordan Miller. Got the turnover there, but it's good effort nonetheless.
Open look for Callahan, no good. A rebound, Jackson Bruce.
Good shot there by Callahan. Good shot fake. Got a good look. Just wasn't able to get it to fall.
Bruce trying to dump it down for Gebhards, and Broncos couldn't quite compete with the size of Strumberger. Stands at 6'6" as a sophomore.
Young man will have a bright future in the program here. Continues to develop.
That's what Coach Dole said to me via an email conversation I had with him back on a Wednesday. He said, you know, him and Lance Callahan, very promising prospects in their JV system that they were really excited about getting a lot of varsity minutes for this year.
Foul there on Jackson Bruce. Second team foul. Oh, backcourt. Yeah, he gathered the ball there in the front court, and momentum carried him to the backcourt. Hence the backcourt violation. Broncos will take it out here on the side.
And folks, I was quickly adjusting the scoreboard camera to make sure that everything was lined up and ready. So 2-0 Bronco lead. And the drive by Bruce. He's fouled on the way up. 2 free throws coming up. And again, Coach Dole said to me that they're very young this year. Few starters and bench guys getting their first major varsity action. Stromberger and Callahan, again, he mentioned, were 2 guys that stepped up from being primarily JV guys last year. They had played several minutes on varsity last year. Now getting full-time roles this year as Bruce knocks down the first free throw, and Bouchard relaying the same thing to me in conversations we've had over the course of a few months.
Yeah, definitely some youth on both sides here, so that's part of the high school athletics. Though you got to continue to reload and.
Big collision. Callahan a 3, doesn't rim out, and Stanfield trying to go for the rebound. Strumberger's second chance, no good.
Hey, look who had the steal there.
Byer trying to go for Gebhards on a cut. Stolen away by Derek Frederick. Frederick, another guy that came on the scene last year as a junior, and he impressed me really a lot just because of his playmaking ability. And that still shows on the tape as well. 5'8" junior, or sorry, the 5'9" senior, I should say. And the Wildcats going to walk with it, and Parker Stanfield not too thrilled about that.
Yeah, the pressure defense from the Broncos is really kind of bothering Louisburg here early on. They have to get settled down here on the offensive end, and the Broncos will look to continue to
Fletcher
Fletcher
Vaterna checks in. Miller trying to dump it down. Byer collects it after it was off the hands of Strumberger, and that ball out of bounds. And I think the referee is...
I would say it must be Bronco ball.
Yeah.
I didn't see him signal it, but yeah, looks like Bronco ball.
He also said something to Parker Stanfield for being verbal. Beautiful cut down low for Bruce. Fadeaway jumper inside, no good. Strumberger the rebound.
Strong rebound there by Strumberger. Wouldn't let anybody take that one from him.
Stanfield, the floater good as Brooks Byer hits the deck.
You make Brooks Byer hit the floor, you must hit him hard. He's a big kid, big, strong kid, great football player. Does a lot of great things for this Bronco basketball team as well.
Phenomenal athletes. All-state and all-league as a football player, a defensive end. Also, really phenomenal punter as well. Kid has a leg on him. Jackson Bruce! Show him how it's done, young man.
Nice attack there by Jackson. Kind of went through two Wildcats to get that up and was able to get it to fall.
McAvoy checks in for Spring Hill. And again, you mentioned Peyton McAvoy had the hot hand, 12 points in that ball game, all of them from beyond range.
Yeah, he's got a really super quick release. It's pretty much just effortless, and so he can get the shot up very quickly and shoots a pretty good percentage.
Jackson Bruce completes a three-point play, and off he'll go. And his place will be Henry Barnett, the junior guard forward combo from Shawnee Mission East High School. Enters his junior year with the Spring Hill Broncos. Got some varsity minutes with the Lancers as a sophomore. John Getterman checks in for Louisburg. That one flies away. Backcourt violation again on the Wildcats.
Again, that pressure defense is still getting to Louisburg there. The Broncos are relentless on the defensive end.
Louisburg led by head coach Ben Dahl in his third season at the helm of the Wildcats. Longtime assistant at Blue Valley North. That phenomenal basketball program in Blue Valley North. He spent 25 years as an assistant before finally deciding it was time for him to become a head coach, and he's done a solid job with the Wildcats. Three on the way. Hedrick got it. Eli Hedrick showing off the range.
It's really been a bright spot for the Broncos this season. JV level player last year has really come on strong this year. Shoots the ball with confidence from three-point line.
Go back to that game against Baldwin. He had 18, if I'm not mistaken, against Baldwin. And the pressure again on the Wildcats, forcing a travel and another turnover. Sam Harris checks in for the Broncos, and he'd been homeschooled before becoming a player in the Broncos system, primarily a solid baseball player. He's among one of the best in the state of Kansas in his class, but a phenomenal athlete. He gets to be a part of the Bronco program. Here's McAvoy letting it fly early, and that one just missed. Getterman the rebound, and Jackson Bruce is trying to go for a block of some sort there. McAvoy the active hands on Strumberger, and then Getterman gets it away from McAvoy.
A 4-on-2 there for Louisburg.
Beautiful take by Lance Callahan. Breaks the cold streak for the Wildcats. Barnett from the corner, no good. And scooped up by Fletcher Viterna. Was the Wildcats' leading scorer against Harrisonville. He had 10 points. And that one from behind, that was going to be on Hedrick as Lance Callahan grimacing in some pain.
Oh, they got Peyton McAvoy instead.
Oh, okay, so they had Peyton McAvoy down. That's his first. Mikey Beck and Jordan Miller will go to the scores table. Callahan misses the first. Which they announce him as Michael Beck, but he's more known as Mikey.
Mikey, yeah.
Jonesy next to me and I have called him Mikey Beck for quite a while, since his freshman year. And Coach Dahl will take a 30-second timeout that we'll take with him. 10-5 lead for the Broncos. 2.5 minutes to go in the opening quarter here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Out of the timeout called by the Wildcats. Broncos will inbound. Mikey Beck and Jordan Miller check into the game. Actually, no, Jordan Miller back to the bench, so just Mikey Beck checks in. And Coach Connor Bouchard calling out the plays. It is 4th season leading the Broncos. McAvoy, turnaround jumper on the elbow, it's good.
Yeah, nice shot there by Peyton. He's primarily a three-point shooter for the Broncos, but showing his versatility there on the offensive end.
Student section making the noise. Dumping down for Strumberger, and he's fouled.
That's McAvoy, that's his second.
So Jordan Miller will check in here in just a moment.
They got Jackson Bruce. That's his second.
So Miller will check in for Bruce. Coach Bouchard, the former Baker Wildcat. His tenure, the native of Gardner. Miller, the pickpocket. He'll take it himself in the lane. He's fouled on the way up.
No,
they'll call a jump, but it's still with Spring Hill.
We don't keep stats, but I believe that's the 5th steal by Jordan Miller already.
Miller dumps it down for McAvoy on the inbound. Broncos will swing it around the perimeter, now down low, trying to find Harris, and he's pushed down low.
Strumberger, I believe.
They're going to attack that on Strumberger. Got a replay on that one. Again, our replay is sponsored by Attic Storage of Spring Hill.
They're looking at shot clock here.
They're looking at shot clock, and while they do that,
change the possession.
Can't thank our sponsor at Attic Storage of Spring Hill. Attic offers climate-controlled units, RV and vehicle storage, plus clean, move-in ready spaces. As a veteran-owned, community-focused business, Attic features monitored 24/7 with friendly on-site managers. Rent, reserve, and pay online anytime at attic-storage.com. McAvoy lets it fly. That one just rims out. Strumberger the rebound.
Pretty good look there by Peyton. Just wasn't able to get it to fall. Then good hands defensively there. Almost come up to steal.
Broncos have showed active hands plenty. Callahan a 3. That one just off the mark. Jordan Miller the board for Spring Hill. Down for Harris. Double team down on the low block. McAvoy thought about the 3, but was closed out on, so we'll have to give it up here. Back in the corner. Henry Barnett, shot clock down to 10. The give to Miller. Shot clock down to 6. Barnett to Beck with some pressure, he's denied. And here comes Marsh. That's denied by McAvoy.
Good defense there by Peyton.
Miller has to go cross court. Harris goes for the finish. He's fouled on the way up.
Nice attack there, Harris.
Let's go to our Attic Storage, a Spring Hill replay on that. He did not get it, unfortunately. Okay, so.
Fletcher returner with his first foul.
Coach Stoll getting an explanation from the referee. Here's Sam Harris. First free throw off the mark. Harris 100% at the free throw line this season, and I now have my jinx in this game, and there's a foul.
Wasn't me.
And a lot of whistles being blown.
We got a foul on Jordan.
It's a foul on Jordan Miller. That's going to send the Wildcats to the bonus. However, Louisburg does have not much more wiggle room. They have 4 active fouls, so one more foul and they will also send the Broncos to the bonus. Stromberger's first free throw is good. Stromberger 62% at the free throw line this season. And Stromberger knocks down both of them. Getterman going at Jordan Miller. Miller taking it himself in the lane. The hesitation there. Harris almost had the second chance effort, and that one just off the mark. After one, Broncos lead at 12-7. We're through one. 12-7 Bronco lead. Hey, baby. Plays the band. Back here in just a minute on Spring Hill Sports Live.
See the full lineup at hersinc.net. Call 913-247-3530 or just stop on by.
Hi, I'm Dr. Aaron Stoes with Paola Vet Clinic. We'd like to thank you for trusting us with the care of your pets and large animals. At Paola Vet Clinic, we're proud to be your hometown veterinarians who know and care about your family. We provide cutting-edge diagnostic services, digital radiology, ultrasound, and in-house same-day blood work, chiropractic, and reproductive services. Come in and see us at our new location here in Paola in the Industrial Park with indoor cattle and equine facilities complete with a hydraulic tip chute. With a team of 11 veterinarians, our commitment to this community makes Paola Vet Clinic the vets you can trust.
Back here after one on Spring Hill Sports Live. A very animated Coach Bouchard sending his guys back out on the floor. And Curtis, your initial thoughts on that first quarter?
Well, Jackson Bruce being there, he talk about our number one player offensively. He got in early foul trouble there, but was still able to finish with 5 points. Kind of a low scoring first quarter there, but only by both teams. Wildcats ended up with 7 there. We got Stromberger with 2, Callahan with 3, and Stanfield with 2. So just kind of a sluggish start for both teams, looking to see if we can pick up the pace and the scoring here in the second quarter.
It's just been both teams trying to go very quick in transition, just playing hard and fast, and it's really the nature of these first 2 games for Spring Hill so far. It's how quick they go and how aggressive they get.
Yeah, with I mentioned the steals that the Broncos have achieved there in the first quarter. That equals more possessions. You would have thought would be a chance to get the ball in the bucket, but weren't able to execute that very well. And just as I say that, Grant Gebhardt says, "I'll show you." Nice shot there by
Grant Gebhardt. So it's an all-senior look, minus per se Eli Hedrick and Brooks Byer. As we see Gabe Sanderson out there, Grant Gebhardt, who's also a junior. So pretty much just Miller and Sanderson, the only 2 seniors on the floor. Herschel Stromberger picks up his second personal foul.
And we've talked about the depth of the bench that Connor has at his disposal, and played up to 14 kids in one game. So trying to figure out who belongs where. Shot there by Gabe.
Broncos to get it back and work it around here. Hedrick for Gebhardt. Trying to force it down for Miller, and it's taken away by Derek Frederick.
Good defense there by Frederick. He just kind of cheated down and was able to get the steal. And then Jordan Miller with the foul. That's his second as well. The bench I just talked about might get tested here.
Miller taken out by McAvoy. So Peyton McAvoy will look to try and keep the offense flowing for Spring Hill. Open lane for Viterna. Throws it up with a lot of contact. That one doesn't fall. Rebound, Brooks Byer.
Really good help defense there by Peyton McAvoy to make that a difficult shot.
McAvoy trying to dump it down low for a cutting Gebhardt. It's out of the hands and into the hands of the Wildcats. Henry Barnett to go to the scorers table for Spring Hill.
Good give and go there by the Wildcats.
Ball still up for grabs, and it's taken up by McAvoy.
Couldn't execute. Weren't able to get the points out of that, but that was a good possession there by the Wildcats. That quick little give and go got him a good look.
Long off throw for McAvoy, still in his hands. Shot clock down to 10. Skip past Byer. Hedrick, the punch. That one just off. Rebound, Gebhardt. Pull up inside, and he's got it. Look at her attic storage of Spring Hill. Instant replay. Gebhardt.
Picking up where he left off from Tuesday.
Taking the easy bucket inside. Gebhardt's 14 points, 2 boards, 2 assists, 2 steals. Did it all last Tuesday. Stromberger to try again, no good. Gebhardt's trying to go for it. It's on the ground still. Callahan pokes it to Viterna. Down trying to go low for Stromberger. Poked away by Hedrick and taken up by McAvoy.
That's good team defense, that possession there. Eli Hedrick with the quick hands and Peyton able to corral it.
Hedrick dumps it down for Byer. McAvoy cuts in.
Brooks Byer with a push off. And that's his second. So we got 3 starters with 2 fouls apiece. And Jackson Bruce, Jordan Miller, and Brooks Byer.
And a lot of substitutions for both teams. Henry Barnett and Jackson Bruce and Sam Harris. Getterman looks to be also Brendan Stringfield. Wildcats last year had no all-league or all-state nominations last year. Although it surprised me that Gavin Losey did not make the list. I had him as a really solid player for the Wildcats, but
good effort there by Stringfield to get that rebound. He ripped it away from McAvoy.
Stringfield's corner 3, no good, and the fight for the rebound lasts off the hands of the Wildcats. Broncos basketball, and again, like I mentioned, I think Wildcats will kind of gladly overlook the awards because they felt comfortable with the guys they had last year and the talent they had from their senior class.
Yeah, for sure.
Bruce hop step fades away just off the mark. Getterman with the handles.
Yeah, that short little fadeaway is certainly within the arsenal there of Jackson Bruce. It's one of his staple shots, but wasn't able to get that to fall. That was a good possession there by the Wildcats.
Wide open look for Eli Roth. That's just a beautiful cut and a beautiful find down low right near the baseline.
Yep.
Caught that in our attic storage of Spring Hill. Replay there. Barnett trying to go baseline to baseline and a reverse layup. He's fouled on the way up.
And Springfield.
Bryden Stringfield collects his first foul. Henry Barnett to shoot 2 at the line. 50% free throw shooter. Knocks down the first. Mikey Beck checks in for McAvoy. Barnett 1 of 3 from the field, 1 of 2 from 3. So his only basket being a triple back on Tuesday. And gets his first points off free throw attempts. Made both free throws for his first trip of the evening. Broncos by 7, less than 3 minutes to play. Henry Barnett with the bunnies. Harris trying to go for Bruce, and Callahan had a hand on it. It's going to force Spring Hill to inbound it.
You got to think they would just want Harris to take that there. It was a difficult pass.
Trying to go for the lob for Bruce, and Louisburg read that perfectly. So they're able to force the turnover. Getterman gets a screen from Roth in the corner. Marsh, a triple, no good. Tipped around, Mikey Beck wins it, but he's fouled. They're going to give it to Stringfield.
Second.
It's his second. Already 3 fouls for both teams here in the second quarter. Again, just have 2 more to give before getting into the bonus. Again, the rule passed last year, 5 fouls, double bonus, 2 free throws, regardless.
Yeah, Bruce missed Barnett there. He would have had a good look there on the block. But Eli Hedrick says, no, that's just pure nonsense. I'll take a 3.
Hedrick with the space and the 3 points. It's his second triple tonight from Eli Hedrick. Henry Barnett called for a hold.
Looks like Spring Hill was going into a kind of a half-court trap on the defense there. We'll see if they stay in that.
Off is Stringfield and Marsh. In is Frederick and Fletcher Viterna. That one gets away from Louisburg. Out of bounds, Bronco basketball underneath.
Oop.
Don't think Hedrick knew where that one was going to go.
No, almost had a turnover there.
It's a bit of a slow ball movement, but it works. Hedrick catch and shoot, triple. That one just off, falls right to Barnett. Bruce thought about it. Henry will try, and he's got it! Henry Barnett, his second game with a triple. And the Broncos have a double-digit lead for the first time tonight. Largest by any team of the evening, and then a steal on the other end. Sam Harris.
Yeah, good defense there by Harris. Good quick hands. Barnett's wanting, he lets the heat check.
Barnett lets it fly from the corner. Back-to-back triples for Henry Barnett. He's got 6.
Bronco coaching staff down there doing some work. Supposed to have one person stand, only one stand, and they had 3 at one point.
Going to get Sam Harris, I believe, on that foul for grabbing a hold of. That was on Roth, and Roth will go to the line as the Wildcats enter the bonus. Back-to-back times that Wildcats have entered the bonus.
Yeah, Barnett, we looked when we took that first broadcast after the Emporia tournament. Barnett was averaging 10 points a game coming off the bench. So certainly a capable scorer, and he's showing it here tonight.
I went talking with Coach Bouchard about, they had one of the best 3-point percentages from the perimeter, and kind of asked him about the consistency. He said they practice our shooting habits every day, and they're getting to the right point where the guys are shooting the right shots and therefore those percentages are going to go up for them.
Yep, here we had kind of a clear out. Looked like they were trying to get one-on-one with Bruce.
And Coach Bouchard will take a 30-second timeout, and we'll stay here on this timeout break to bring you another message from the Spring Hill Education Foundation. As get your tickets now for the second annual Spring Hill Education Foundation Spring Soiree, Twilight at the Vineyard, Saturday, March 7th at Borgmont Winery. This Roaring 20s themed event is sure to be a great night out for a great cause. Enjoy entertainment from dueling pianos, delicious food, drinks, dancing, and so much more. This event could sell out, so get your tickets now at the QR code that shows right on your screen or visit Chef on Facebook. With your help, the Spring Hill Education Foundation can continue to enhance the educational opportunities for the students and staff of the Spring Hill schools. The Chef Spring Soiree, Twilight at the Vineyard, Saturday, March 7th. Get your tickets now before it's too late.
Did you buy my ticket?
I'm going to after this game, actually.
All
I'm
right.
going to.
Sounds
I've got
good.
Jonesy a ticket, too, actually.
Let's do it.
The Spring Hill Soiree. Do you have any Roaring 20s themed outfits, Curtis?
Yeah, I can come up with something.
And Jackson Bruce was roaring in the 20s last game and already has a triple here. And speaking of roaring 20s, Jackson Bruce last year averaged 22 points per game in both appearances he had against Louisburg. One he had was a 26-point performance against the Wildcats back in February.
That's what rivalry games will do. Bring out the best and the best players. Best players rise to the occasion.
First free throw good from John Getterman, the 6'1 sophomore. Averaging close to 6.5 per game this season. 67% at the free throw line. Student section does not phase the sophomore. Knocks down both his free throws. Bruce across the timeline. Here's the heave. Bank just closed as we head to the half here on Spring Hill Sports Live. The Broncos lead it 30-14. We'll step aside for just a brief moment. When we come back, Curtis and I will break down the stats. That's all coming up next on our Michael Grant at Farnborough Financial Services halftime show right here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
The University of Kansas Health System is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Kansas City Chiefs. Both organizations know excellence comes through their actions. It's about giving support and collaborating together. It's providing comfort and leadership to forge the path to success. The University of Kansas Health System cares for you in every moment, no matter how small. Learn more at kansashealthsystem.com.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their number one goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
The industry's most advanced equipment and training, state-of-the-art diagnostic tools, and the small-town friendly service you expect. That's J&T Auto Service in Spring Hill. Eliminate the veil of uncertainty with J&T Auto's digital diagnostic process. This unique service ensures transparency, clear communication, and documentation, allowing for a quick and complete repair. To learn more or to schedule an appointment, call 913-592-6424. You can also visit jtautoinc.com.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
The University of Kansas Health System is proud to be the official healthcare provider of the Kansas City Chiefs. Both organizations know excellence comes through their actions. It's about giving support and collaborating together. It's providing comfort and leadership to forge the path to success. The University of Kansas Health System cares for you in every moment, no matter how small. Learn more at kansashealthsystem.com.
Michael.
Back here at the end half from Spring Hill High School, time for our Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Michael's goal is to help you plan for the unexpected and protect your future, getting to know you and the things that matter most. Getting to you, things that are most important to you will help them customize the right plan for your needs. To learn more, visit them on 117 South Main in Spring Hill or call 913-592-2336. Let's break down these first half numbers. We'll start with the Louisburg Wildcats, 14 points on the scoreboard. Just 4 points. Their leading scorer Herschel Strumberger, 3 points from Lance Callahan and Eli Roth, 2 points from John Getterman and Parker Stanfield. So not much we've seen so far from the Wildcats. For the Broncos, they have 18 points in the second quarter. They're led by a combination of Henry Barnett and Jackson Bruce, 8 points apiece, 6 points from Eli Hedrick, 4 points from Grant Gebhardt, and 2 points from Sam Harris and Peyton McAvoy. So when you look at those numbers, Curtis, what are you seeing?
Well, for the Broncos, 30 points, we've hit 5 threes, so half of our productions come from beyond the arc, which is a good sign. We certainly have some capable shooters over there on our team, and they've been showing it here tonight. And then the Wildcats, they've really been bothered by the pressure defense of the Broncos. We've talked about the number of steals and stuff we've seen here in the first half, and I think that's just the symptom of being a young team and going up against a Bronco team who has really good defense. And so they're still trying to find their way with scored 7 in the first and 7 in the second quarter. And we'll see what Coach comes out with here in the second half, see if they can improve on their production. But good half so far.
We'll step aside for another brief moment. When we come back, we'll give you our keys to the second half and much more here on your home of the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live.
For 50 years, Elliot Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliot Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliot Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliot Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at elliotinsurancegroup.com.
Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services is a proud supporter of Spring Hill and cheering on the Broncos. At Farm Bureau Financial Services, their #1 goal is to protect you and your family. Insurance is complicated and not one size fits all. Michael and his team take pride in the relationship they build with their client members. Let them work with you to customize a plan that protects your livelihood and your future. To learn more, call Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services 913-592-2336 or visit them at 117 South Main in Spring Hill.
Back here again on our Michael Grant at Farm Bureau Financial Services halftime show. Brendan Bull and Curtis Kaiser back here with you. And now it's time for Curtis to give his keys to the second half. Curtis, what do you got?
Well, for the Wildcats, I think they got to find a way, or if Coach has a scheme there to help handle some of the pressure that the Broncos are putting on him, because it caused a lot of turnovers there in the first half. So we'll see if he's got a game plan for that coming out here in the second half. And then the Broncos, you build up a 16-point lead at halftime, you've got to feel pretty good about where you're at. So we might see some of that depth that Coach Bouchard's been talking about. Probably get a lot of playing time here in the second half, hopefully, because it's going to come to a point where he's going to have to pare down his rotation. So I think he's got some decisions to make, and he might be able to do that here, maybe in the fourth quarter if things continue as they have been. So looking forward to a good competitive second half here.
And that was our keys to the second half, brought to you by the Spring Hill Chamber of Commerce, reminding you to support our community and shop local. Keep up to date with Chamber events by visiting them online at springhillks.org or stop by the new office in downtown Spring Hill. 30-14 lead for Spring Hill. Jackson Bruce to inbound on the sideline. And here we go. 16 more minutes to decide this crosstown rivalry between the Broncos and the Wildcats.
You see an adjustment ready there. The Wildcats going into kind of a half-court trap there. And
it's a game of hot potato. Miller, oh, what a tough finish, Jordan Miller. And Bruce almost swept it away as the Wildcats are trying to inbound.
Yeah, that's a tough shot. I didn't know if he was going to get that up on the rim. That just kind of shows the strength of Jordan Miller. He was able to get it up on the rim there after playing through some contact there. And it looks like Jordan Miller got called with the foul down here on the other end. That's his third.
So Miller in foul trouble, and off he goes in his place, Sam Harris. Miller being visibly frustrated, of course, after committing the foul.
He'll be back in. He does a pretty good job of managing his fouls once he gets in foul trouble. He's a smart basketball player, good basketball IQ, so he won't be resting for long, I don't believe.
Calling a legal screen on John Getterman. It's the first foul on Getterman. Header across the timeline for the Broncos. Byer with another ball screen on Jackson Bruce.
Jackson looked like he wanted to pop it there.
And you did mention half the Bronco points have come from beyond the arc tonight. Hedrick trying to dump it off for Bruce in beautiful fashion. Ball is still loose. Marsh has it poked away this time. Harris collects it. Byer cross court. Gebhardt skips it over to Hedrick. Beautifully done off the glass. Second try, no good, and then corralled by Owen Marsh.
The Broncos had a lot of chances there, and the referees are letting them play. Been a lot of contact down there that hasn't been getting called. So getting physical, a little bit more physicality here coming out in the second half than there was at the beginning of the first.
Lance Callahan.
Offensive foul.
Going to be called for a charge.
Good looking shot, though.
It was a beautiful shot, and it was a beautiful take, though.
Nice little runner there. Just
Eli Hedrick off. Henry Barnett checks in. Barnett, one of the leading scorers alongside Jackson Bruce with 8 apiece. Bruce right back with it. Dancing around Getterman. Pulls up. Jumper inside is good. Jackson Bruce in double figures. 10 points for the junior, and Barnett commits a foul. Pushes off on Callahan. Two on the Broncos and Wildcats, if you remember, first and second quarter were in the bonus already.
Yep.
Marshaw, Fletcher Vaterna in for Louisburg once again. Vaterna averaging 3 points off the bench. Loose ball. Barnett trying to pick it up and off his knee.
Yeah, he tried to save it and unfortunately hit his other hand instead of being able to tip it back into Jackson Bruce.
Now the referees will come together to talk something out.
Well, they got to reset the play clock here,
Yeah.
right? Because of change of possession.
Change of possession, yeah.
Maybe. Oh, and then you got Clay out there on the court.
Oh.
Can't take him anywhere. They did not reset the shot clock. That's
Okay.
interesting.
Clay Freegon, our athletic director, always takes real good care of us. Jump ball called. It's going to stay with.
Of course, longtime coach of the Lady Broncos, very successful.
Took him to state back in 2022.
Yeah.
3 of the 4 administrators on that side. Clay Freegon, athletic director. Kyle Koss, the principal. Kelly Heisman, assistant principal. Just missing Alex Winkler. And a long pass that is going to be going the other way.
Saw some of this in the girls' game where it felt like they were just out of sorts a little bit. We're trying to push the ball a little bit too much. It's good unselfish basketball, but you got to be under control. Another steal.
There's a steal from Harris to Bruce. Just too strong off the glass. Harris trying to poke his luck on Vaterna, and he'll pick up a foul. And I was kind of trying to tone in on who the student section wanted on the bench.
Yeah, they were chanting over there, but I couldn't understand what they were saying. Looks like Tony the Tiger left.
Tony the Tiger?
He was over there, wasn't he, earlier? I was trying to decide if that was him, but it was somebody with a Tiger outfit on. You with me, Caden? Did you see it? Okay.
He saw it.
I wasn't making it up.
Was he being a great student?
He must have been. Oh, well, probably not a great student because he left. He's not here anymore.
We'll stop with a Tony the Tiger quote. It says, Strumberger has that poked away. Bruce from the corner just clanks out. Rebound, Herschel Strumberger gets the outlet to Getterman.
Boy, neither team right now can seem to get the ball in the bucket. We'll see if Louisburg can do it that here on this possession.
Getterman has that one poked away. Bruce to Barnett. Oh, he faked out Derek Frederick, and Barnett's also in double figures with 10.
That's great team offense there. Good execution.
Wildcats break the press on the far side of the floor. Getterman to Callahan, the triple, got it. To break the Bronco run, and Lance Callahan finally gets the first points for the Wildcats in this half, or in this quarter, I should say. It's a scoring drought of close to 4 minutes.
Yeah. And you got to credit the Bronco defense for some of that. They've been flying all over the place. So it's been good defense by the Broncos. Nice spin move.
I'm talking with Coach Bouchard. He said we just got to stack consistency and just play mature.
Jackson Bruce, that's his third. Next foul will be double bonus for the Wildcats.
And Coach Bouchard will send 4 to the scores table. Again, talks about that depth, and I kind of asked him about, I said, you played a total of 11 guys last night, and what have you learned about your rotations, and how are you guys responding? And he said, it's very random, it's completely just by him, and he said, I don't know how fair that is. But he said he just has a lot of guys that compete day in and day out at practice, and that's what results in those guys getting the minutes.
Yeah, his comments were, how do I take, like Mikey Beck, for example, with the effort that he puts forth defensively, how can you take him off the floor? It's that's why he's in the game right now, and Mason Dotson's the same way. So looking for some continued growth out of those two.
Harris, the triple, got it! And chef's kiss to perfection, says Sam Harris on the triple. And a timeout called by Coach Bouchard and the Broncos. They lead it by a 21, 39-18 Bronco lead. Back in just 30 seconds right here on Spring Hill Sports Live.
Bank community banking at its best. Member FDIC, equal housing.
And our PA announcer, Murray Matthews, says last call for hot dogs and popcorn.
I mean, we're working over here. I feel like we should get some love, right?
Maybe I'll just have to send Clay a text to get us some food over here.
There you go. And speaking of perks, I see you rocking the nice little Varsity Sports Live.
Yeah. So
nobody can get a picture of me. Nobody wants to see me anyway. But I have a Bronco on my shirt, but I don't have anything Varsity Sports Live.
That counts for something. No, it's on BJ's tab actually.
Christmas is over, but BJ, come on, man. Working hard over here.
Normally we get him every year for doing the Shrine Duels. We kind of switch up. We'll have our third year this year doing the Shrine Duels. We had a gray polo in year 1. We're rocking the blue one right now, and I think next year, or this coming Shrine Duels, March 28th is the date. Don't forget that, folks. Varsity Sports Live. Hopefully we'll be doing the Shrine Duels. We're working on the details of that right now, but March 28th is the date.
Good defense down there by the Broncos again. Blocking a couple of shots there, so we'll see if Louisburg can get the lid off that bucket. Oop, I think he might have got away with a walk there.
And I told Caden and I were talking about this because Caden also has blue polo or quarter zip, and I said, I think we need to go with a black quarter zip this year, make the logo really stand out on the chest, and a lot of pushing and shoving down on the floor. I believe they're going to get, I thought they were going to get Dodson, but they're going to give it to Mikey Beck.
Yeah.
It's the first on Beck. And that's the 15th foul, so looks like the Wildcats will not be going to the line. I think just because it turned 5. Okay, I think.
Well,
yep, 2 free throws. Yep. Yeah, I was going to say, hang on.
It's not player control. Player control is the only scenario you wouldn't go to the line, and we're on defense, so that's not going to happen.
So they're going to send Herschel Strumberger to the line.
Herschel's already hit 4 from the line tonight.
Again, 62% from the line this season.
Sorry, I apologize. I talked about somebody's free throws and something negative happens. So
Look what you're doing
fans,
again.
I apologize.
Look what you're doing again, Curtis.
Should have done better. There we go.
Stromberger goes 1 for 2 on that trip. And Braden Greenfield checks in for Fletcher Vaterna.
Stromberger's 5 for 6 from the line. It's good percentage.
Stromberger, the second highest leading scorer for the Wildcats. Wildcats have to get across. Deep heave, Harris wide open, Beck. That one blocked from behind, yeah. That was Owen Marsh that got back in time. The corner for Stringfield, now Marsh. Wildcats have only been able to muster about 7 points in this
Good defense
quarter.
there by Sam Harris.
Sam Harris getting the steal. Jordan Miller to go up the floor here. Trapped right near the baseline. Was triple teamed at one point. Beautiful cut. Harris with the bucket, assisted by Jordan Miller. 41-19 lead for the Broncos now.
Jordan kind of found himself in no man's land down there amongst the trees, and Sam Harris gave him an outlet with a good cut. Well executed.
That was tipped away by Harris, but somehow got in the hands of a Wildcat and was able to put it up for 2 points.
Right place, right time for Braxton.
Braxton Eastland with the bucket. And Beck is fouled on the way up. 2 free throws coming up for Mikey Beck.
So they got number 5, Owen Marsh, with his first.
Derek Frederick to check in, and then for the Broncos, it'll be Gabe Sanderson. Mikey 75% of the line this season. First attempt is good for Mikey Beck. Gabe Sanderson to check in for the Broncos. Second appearance tonight for the senior.
So if he made that first one, so what's his percentage now?
Somewhere in the 80s. And it's got to be close to the 90s now. Mikey Beck goes 2 for 2.
Nice job there.
Sanderson, one of the 6 seniors this year for the Broncos. Bronco girls also have 6 seniors as well, so a total of 12 amongst the basketball teams. Miss there from Braden Stringfield. Mikey Beck the rebound. Right back from Sanderson, now Miller. Beautiful find for Harris, but in and out of his hands and picked up.
Good look by Jordan Miller, but great hands there by Braxton Eastland with get the steal.
Callahan, if you don't succeed, try again. Gets his basket on a second chance try. Harris going to work down low. He's got the bucket, and he's got a chance at one more, and he's feeling confident.
He should. He's got 7 points this quarter already.
Braxton Eastland picks up the 4th team foul on the Wildcats. Harris converts 3-point play. 30 seconds remain. Shot clock is off. B. Frederick across the floor. Broncos with the active hands. Running a 3-2 zone almost. That one read well by Mikey Beck, showing off his instant cornerback skills right there on the football diamond or football field. And Jordan Miller says, if you can do it, Sam Harris, I'll do it too. And Jordan Miller has a chance for one more. They're going to give the foul to Lance Callahan. And the Broncos now in the bonus with 5.7 seconds remaining. Miller, his shot off the back iron. Stromberger to Frederick, and it's not going to be in time. And we're through 24 minutes of play, 8 more to go. Broncos lead this thing by 25 as we head to the 4th quarter right here on your home of the Broncos, Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strody Orthodontics.
Hi, I'm Katie Casey, and I'm honored to be a third-generation realtor in our Crown Realty family. My dad and grandparents started Crown Realty in 1973, and since then we have grown to become one of the largest brokerages in the Midwest. We now have 8 office locations and over 150 agents covering about 20 counties across Kansas and Missouri. Reach out to us today to experience the Crown Realty difference, where we are committed to treating our agents like family and our clients like royalty.
At Fort Scott Community College, we understand that a scary part of figuring out your future isn't only answering the question, what should I do, but where do I belong? Maybe you belong here, preparing for a career in healthcare as part of Fort Scott Community College's nursing program. Or maybe you belong on stage as part of the Hounds band or theater department. I don't know where you've been or where you're headed, but I know we're saving a spot for you because you belong at Fort Scott Community College.
Back here on Spring Hill Sports Live, and I'm going to take a moment to send my thoughts and condolences to Deb and Tuna back in my hometown of Tonganoxie, Kansas. An unfortunate event happened. A fire has displaced Flashback's Diner that I used to eat at when I was growing up as a kid, and especially I remember after I took my senior homecoming pictures, that was the spot I ate with, and I remember one of the members of the community paid my tab basically. So I'm so grateful that I've met so many amazing people at that diner, caught up with so many community members, and that was not just a place for myself or certain other people, it was a spot for the community. So I'm sending my thoughts and prayers to Deb, Tuna, and the entire community of Tonganoxie. Flashbacks Diner, one of the sponsors actually, Tonganoxie Sports Live. So just a very unfortunate and very shocking and heartbreaking loss for my hometown community. So sending my thoughts and prayers,
prayers
back home.
Go out to the entire community. That's hope they'll come out of that okay. That's unfortunate.
Just unfortunate that, you know, the owners weren't even there at the time. They were in Missouri, and they just unfortunately had to drive back. So just an unfortunate time as Lance Callahan drills a triple. Normally don't get choked up on the air too much, but that's just one that definitely kind of, you know, hits close to home and a place I grew up nearby. So give my condolences back home. About a minute removed here in quarter number 4. Broncos lead this thing by 24. How about the beautiful moves from Brooks Beyer down low?
For a big guy, he sure does have quick feet. Saw some of that on the football field too. There was some plays that they had ran him at tailback or at the wide out, and man, when he got the ball, he was quick. Got a bright future ahead of him.
Only a junior and made the All-League and All-State first team, so impressive to see his future. How about that cut by Gebhardt, just out of his hand. Beyer to the floor, snags that one. The dump down low, the beautiful find from Brennan Dubert to Grant Gebhardt. We'll get you that replay here in just a moment as Louisburg will work with it here on their offensive end, needing a bucket here to try and keep themselves in this track meet as Derek Frederick knocks down the triple on the other end.
Second three for the game, for the quarter for the Wildcats.
I'm talking with Coach Dahl. He said it was going to be a long night if they didn't contest on every Bronco shooter possible, and Brooks Beyer again down low. Man in the paint. And that one off the hands of, that was Lance Callahan. And we'll go back to that replay. Okay, so it didn't show up for some reason. Okay. Looks like my software doesn't want to work with me tonight.
Yeah, technology's only great when it works. If it was only as reliable as Caden Carbajo on camera,
Oh my goodness, how great has he been this season?
I think it's been for years, not just this season.
He's been my go-to guy for quite a few years now. Callahan the triple, that one just off. Poked around, Bruce trying to hit it off Strumberger, but Beyer is able to corral it. Student section still wants somebody. And
number 15 looks like is getting...
they want Riley McAvoy. Okay, so we're going to go 5 substitutes, and the student section loves it. So Riley McAvoy, Braden Brenner, Brady McCormick, Eli Hedrick, and Gabe Sanderson will be the 5 on the floor coming up.
So there's not enough lines on your sheet for me to keep stats for these young men. So it's going to take me a second here. I'm going to have to figure something out. So we got...
You can just go at the bottom.
Yeah.
Or here, I'll give you a blank piece of paper. How about that?
Yeah, let's do that.
I came prepared. Don't worry, Curtis.
Well, I appreciate it because I'm clearly not.
Jackson Bruce makes the second free throw, and in comes Gabe Sanderson. So a new look for the Wildcats.
Mr. McCormick, look at me. I need your number. Is you number 10?
McCormick is number 10, yes.
Yeah. All right.
Here's a shot that's off the mark. Owen Marsh. Rebound Gabe Sanderson. So on the floor for the Wildcats, it's Stringfield, it's Ethan Kuhlman. We've got Braxton Eastland, Owen Marsh, and Herschel Strumberger.
Oh.
That one just off the mark. Strumberger collects the rebound. So Riley McAvoy is going to have to go toe-to-toe with Strumberger as here goes Strumberger. He's fouled on the way up. 2 free throws coming up for Herschel Strumberger, the sophomore, at 6'6", which is taller than me.
You know, I always wanted to say I was 6 foot tall. It was always just a thing for me, and I just never got there.
Never got there.
Never got there.
So I had, to the doctors, they told me I'd be 6'5", but ever since I had knee reconstruction surgery, I've only been maxed out to 6'3" with shoes on. So
I had a 6'4" brother, a brother 6'2". My dad was probably 6'2". I just never could break that threshold. Maybe in high heels. That would be the only way I'd be able to accomplish it, and that just wasn't my thing. So
Ethan Kuhlman picks up the foul. That's his first, the 6'2" junior. Mason Dotson will check in momentarily. Eli Hedrick to shoot 2 at the line, misses the first. You see in the distance the Broncos student section as lively as ever. Broncos will be away until the Shibit tournament that will begin on the 20th of January. And it's to be that there's a foul, and that'll allow a substitution to be in.
Alex did mention there's running clock there once we hit that threshold of 30 points. The rule is running clock through everything except timeouts.
Broncos are closing in on a 30-point lead. They're at 28 right now, 59-31. And a lot of the deep bench pieces are in for both teams. Strumberger down low, gets the layup to go on Riley McAvoy. Here's Brenner to drive in. Fakes, throws it up at no good. Rebound Braxton Eastland. So Coach Stoll and Coach Bouchard they'll give out some encouragement. They'll give out, coaching instructions per usual, but most of the time they're just going to stand and watch. And Coach Stoll just sat down, so Braden Brenner picks up his first foul, the 5'9" senior guard. As Eastland knocks down the first. In comes somebody I don't have on my roster. As that's number 2, that is Lincoln Nielsen, the sophomore. And Braden Stringfield is fouled on the way up after getting the rebound and the putback. They're going to give the foul to Brady McCormick. And the student section, I guess, in the distance is reminding Louisburg of the deficit that they face. First free throw good from Stringfield, and there's one more. So we're under a minute to play. Clock is still running. That one just off the mark. Rebound, Riley McAvoy. 7 seconds separate shot and game clock. Last possession for Spring Hill. See what kind of magic they make. Ooh, how about that from Braden Brenner? And the senior makes his mark. Broncos finish with 61 on the evening. Maybe more if they're inclined to make a steal. Coolman's denied. That was Brenner.
Brenner's doing it all on both ends of the court.
That was either Brenner or McCormick. I couldn't tell which one. Eastland's final heave, no good. And the Broncos are winners of 2 straight now. Final score, 61-35. They take care of the Cyclones and the Wildcats here at home as they prepare for the road trip coming up. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll step aside, and when we come back, we'll break down this game, give you what's coming up next, and we'll hear from Coach Bouchard. That's all coming up on our Elliot Insurance Group postgame show right here on your home of the Broncos. Spring Hill Sports Live, presented by Strody Orthodontics.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic.
For 50 years, Elliot Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliot Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliot Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliot Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliottInsuranceGroup.com.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience, with our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
First Option Bank Community Banking at its best. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
For 50 years, Elliot Group has been your local insurance partner. With 5 convenient locations, Elliot Group is big enough to offer the best carriers, but small enough to know your name and your insurance needs. Elliot Group is more than just insurance. They're a part of each community they serve, with a wide variety of insurance solutions to help your unique challenges. Elliot Group, where they're there for you today and for years to come. Visit them at any of their 5 locations or at ElliotInsuranceGroup.com.
For more than 20 years, Gherkin Rental has been the place to go to get the job done in eastern Kansas and western Missouri. With a huge selection of quality equipment, from roll-offs to trailers, telehandlers to generators, power washers to popcorn makers. Experienced equipment professionals and clean, well-maintained tools to help you get the job done right the first time. Gherkin Rental. Stop by any of their 13 locations across the KC Metro or call 855-GHERKINS. That's 855-437-5367.
I've been doing real estate for 8 years now, and we've run across clients where they're interested in land, but then what do we do with it? Well, what do you want to do with it?
There's a lot of pressure on individuals now to make those decisions quickly. And I think with our experience and our backgrounds, we know how to work with the cities and how to work with the contractors to make it a smoother process for the buyer.
So if you're looking for real estate
or land planning services,
contact us today at epre.biz.
Auction Bank Community Banking at its best. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Buy one Sonic Smasher and get another free. That's right, buy one hand-smashed Angus beef Sonic Smasher and get another free. It's the dual threat quarterback of burger deals. Buy one, get one free in the Sonic app.
For 50 years, Elliot Group has been your local
Back here from Spring Hill High School final, in this one 61-33, and first home sweep of the year. Nothing like it, Curtis.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. Both the Lady Broncos and the boys Bronco basketball team here getting the wins tonight against Louisburg. Always good to get a rivalry win at home. And I think you're going to get a treat here. We got
head coach,
the man, the myth, the legend, Connor Bouchard, going to join us here. I'll happily give up my headset because you'll probably want to listen to him anyway. So here we go.
All right, so exchanging of the headset, I'm joined. All right, I'm here joined by Bronco boys head coach Connor Bouchard. And Coach Bouchard, thanks for joining me. Great win tonight from your guys, and even got to see a lot of your depth play again in the last minutes. How special is that for your guys?
Yeah, as a coach, you kind of want to have like a 7 or 8 man rotation that you settle into, and we don't really have that. That doesn't make it a bad thing when you have really, honestly, we have probably 13 guys that I feel comfortable putting on the floor in crunch time situations, and so to be able to let those, especially some of those seniors that work their tails off, get out there and get some minutes. It means you've done something good for the other 24 minutes of the game. So I was pleased with our intensity and our sort of our competitive character and purpose tonight.
You had 2 really good quarters, second quarter and third quarter, 18 points in both of those. And kind of one thing I want to mention is you had 11 different scorers tonight on the floor. I mean, whenever you talked about how deep your bench is, but to be able to have your bench and your starters score numbers like that, where 11 different guys are able to score. I mean, what does that say about a coach to be able to have your players, their work and time, be able to put in and get the result they had tonight?
All I think it means is that they love to see each other succeed. We don't take very many. I don't know. We took some bad shots tonight in terms of the execution of the shot, as opposed to maybe trying to change a shot around a block, as opposed to just trying to go up strong and finish through somebody's chest. But it's not a testament to the coach; it's a testament to the players that they're unselfish. And the one thing we do preach and talk about a lot is that if we as a team want to, achieve the goals on our schedule that we hope to achieve, balanced offense probably has to be one of our priorities. And so I don't people love to look at box scores. They love to look at the who scored what. And I really, to be honest with you, I hear all that from my coaches. I really don't care that much at all. As long as the right guys are shooting the right shots at the right time, for us, that's all that really matters. And we got a lot of guys that I think are capable and able to do that. So,
got it done at home this week. 2 straight victories here at home, but you have a tough road test coming up against Bonner Springs coming up on the 13th, and then Tonganoxie on the 16th before you go to the Shibboleth tournament back here at home. So talk to me about what you're going to tell your guys for a road stretch like this, where especially you're going to take on Bonner Springs coming up, and they're one of the premier teams in the state of Kansas right now.
Right. We got to watch them on some film for some scout stuff, and they are legit. They are very good at about every position and very well coached, and can score it, can defend, athletic. It's a great challenge, but for us the whole deal is this: like you can't get caught up in that. Like that's some, Bonner Springs is not a part of something we control, right?
Of course.
So our motto and our method to this thing is let's stack days. And then what's our standard? Our standard is next best action. What is my next best action? And you talk to guys all about, next play is what you hear me say a lot. Through success, through failure, what's your next best action? And the good thing I saw tonight that was good to see is that's the first time we've won a game after a win, right? Like to start the season, it's been win, loss, win, loss, win, loss, and then now we've stacked up a couple wins, which is good. But that's kind of the next sign of maturity that our program needs to take is like, hey, I don't, respect to every opponent we play. Our practice today has to be the best practice because it's today's practice. And then you wake up tomorrow and you do the same thing. And then, and then at the end of the season, you look back and you say, then you can have those conversations. We should have won that game, or, we shouldn't have won that game and we did, or whatever. You can have those conversations at the end. But when you're present, you got to be present and thinking about what's the next best thing for me. And so I think that's kind of what we're preaching and we're trying to get to I think that's how you eventually handle success, is that you just don't dwell on it, and you don't dwell on failures either. You just focus on the next best thing.
Certainly was a success tonight, and you got 2 straight wins and get a great rest coming up, and got Bonner coming up. So
we're hitting the road for the first time in a long time because we had Baldwin at home to end the break. So it feels like it's been forever since Emporia, but we got to play these road games eventually, and then we get to play 3 at home that week after that. So,
of course,
two good tests for us, and we got to go, take this show on the road. And if you want to be a good team, you got to go win road games in your league. So we're excited about that.
Coach, thanks for your time.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Absolutely,
man. Thank you.
Coach Connor Bouchard. Liz Dotson be.
I don't know how I'm supposed to follow up that, but it's always good to have Coach Bouchard join us.
The guy's always well-spoken. That's what I admire about him, is he's so well-spoken. Well, this takes us straight into our post-game show. Our post-game show brought to you by Elliot Insurance Group. At Elliot Group, they believe building strong relationships with their clients and their community is the best way to serve them both. Offices throughout the area and online at ElliotInsuranceGroup.com. 61-33 the final score. And Curtis, your take on this game?
Well, again, this is one of those games that you wanted to come out, and anytime you're playing a rivalry game like this, you want to make a statement. And I alluded to it there. The pressure that the Broncos were putting on that young Wildcat team was ferocious tonight. I mean, Jordan Miller having 3 steals, I think, in the first 52 seconds of the game kind of set the tone, and the Broncos really kind of continued that throughout the game. And the Wildcats, they had Lance Callahan get to double figures, and Herschel Strumberger ended up with 9 there.
Good.
So
absolutely, brother.
Good. Couple of Bronco players coming up to shake our hand. That's always good.
I
like
love
to
that.
see that. But
yes, sir.
Wildcats have they're young, but they're going to continue to improve, and so we like the effort put out by both teams here tonight, and good way to wrap up the week.
Jordan Miller and Peyton McAvoy, it's kind of just out of the blue. I mean, that speaks volumes on what Coach Bouchard's built here. I mean, and Coach Bouchard, Coach Bichard, all the coaches here. I think that speaks volumes on what they've done, and their parents as well.
Absolutely.
That's why I love this community, man.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Yep, both Peyton and Jordan are standout dual sport athletes, and so good to see them. It's always good to get shakes from the high school kids. You talk about them an awful lot on the air. I don't know if they go back and listen to our banter back and forth or not, but I hope they do.
I think I've seen on Huddle one time where some teams have used our actual camera film for scouts. So
very good.
I know Baldwin used to do that a little bit, but I mean now teams are adopting the infamous Huddle camera, or the automated camera you see kind of in the far distance over there, the really top of the rafters. So it's a special place. So final score 61-33. Lady Broncos get a win here at home as well, 51-36. So two really great wins for the Broncos, and we'll take a look at next week's matchups. Myself and Caden will be on the road Tuesday at Bonner Springs, and Bonner Springs, arguably one of the top programs right now in terms of how they're doing things. Their girls and boys are both ranked in the KBCA rankings, and of course, some coaches might say rankings are just a number, but I think that speaks volumes on how well coached they are. You have Drew Groover in his second year coaching the boys program, and I go back to some of the conversations I've had with fellow analysts here at Varsity Sports Live, and Coach Bouchard talked about it. They didn't lose hardly anybody. So this is a testament on how, if you're a program like Bonner Springs and you're at the prime right now where you can play well, and then you go to the next year, you don't lose hardly anybody, and you still have that chemistry and that culture you built, it's like, okay, this team's going to be dangerous.
Yeah, I remember last year with like you had stated, they didn't really lose anybody off last year's team, and they had a lot of athleticism on that team. Very quick-handed, quick foot. They were able to get to the rim and kick out. Make the defense commit to you, and then kick out, and just well coached and a lot of athleticism. So Broncos are going to enjoy this win here tonight, but they're going to have their hands full coming up next week with the Bonner Springs Braves.
And then in terms of the girls' matchups, the Bonner Springs Lady Braves, they're 5-1 right now, and for Coach Leslie, who's been a long time head coach of that Braves program, has watched his daughter. He's produced a Division I talent in Brian Owell, who currently plays at Ole Miss right now, and
she was a handful.
She was, yes. I mean, I would watch in awe sometimes because she was just unstoppable.
Yeah.
You had her and Ren Van Cleve as well on that team, and now you've got – they had a lot of youth growing up, so they had a lot of youth come through that system the past 2 years, and that's why, when you look at the record and you look at the scores, it might not tell the story, but it's just because they're growing and they're gaining experience. So now you look at this year, and they're doing a really, really phenomenal job this year. Coach Leslie and Coach Scott. Coach Scott, actually, one of my former student teachers, actually, when I was in middle school, assistant at Bonner Springs. I mean, how well of a job have they done with that program this year that you've seen?
Fantastic. I mean, they when they first joined the league, Bonner Springs was kind of had some growing pains there, 4 or 5 years ago. But then now you look at where they're at with both girls and boys being ranked. That speaks a lot to the coaching and to the kids and the community support. All of that is what makes a successful program, and they're certainly on the upswing of it right now.
And then on Friday, they're going to travel to Tonganoxie to take on a Chieftains program that, for the girls, it'll be definitely a challenge for them, as Tonganoxie's girls, they went through kind of the same thing that Spring Hill's going through right now. They have a lot of youth in that program, but Tonganoxie's got a lot of experience, and that youth that turned into experience. And I kind of mentioned Mason Brackett, kind of like an Addie Schooler for Tonganoxie. If Mason Brackett can continue to develop, that she'll turn into what Addie Schooler is right now, a phenomenal post player that a lot of eyes are on her to play college basketball right now. Also, Shawnick, the Tabor College commit. I mean, it's going to be a tough matchup for the girls. And then in terms of the boys, it's kind of the same, I feel, in terms of what this Spring Hill Broncos team has. They have great shooters.
Yeah.
But it's which team can be more consistent that day. Not saying that the Broncos have been consistent, which the Broncos right now have been really, really consistent for Tonganoxie. It's just been kind of up and down right now. So it's going to come down to who can be consistent that day.
Yeah, and I think the Broncos, again, they're going to let their defense set the tone. And, we had, look up and down the roster, how many kids played here tonight. And, I'm looking at the score sheet here, and there's,
11 that scored, yeah.
Yeah, the 11 kids that scored, and so that's pretty impressive. So, if someone has an off night, there's others that can step in for them. But defense is certainly going to set the tone for that, as it has for the Spring Hill boys all season. So looking forward to a good week of basketball next week. Fortunately, I will not be there with you, but it's been a pleasure this week.
Absolutely.
Looking forward to the Shibboleth coming up.
Absolutely, yeah.
So.
It's always exciting. 6-team tournament, the Shibboleth tournament, coming up on January 20th. But make sure to tune in January 13th. Myself and Caden will be on the road. And Bonner Springs, our coverage begins at 5:45 for our pregame show. 6 o'clock, girls will tip off against the Lady Braves. And then, unfortunately, we will not be airing the Tonganoxie game due to the space size that they have. But I will be joining Dylan Funk and Dennis Drennan on Tonganoxie Sports Live in that broadcast. So it kind of gives me an advantage to the Spring Hill viewers.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that's the All-Star Network there. That's good.
Oh, man, yeah. So that'll do it for us here from Spring Hill High School. Again, we'll be in Bonner Springs next Tuesday. We want to thank all our sponsors and my crew, Curtis Kaiser, Caden Carbajo. I'm Brendan Bolin. This has been another presentation of Bronco basketball here on Spring Hill Sports Live. Saying goodnight and go Broncos. We'll see you Tuesday in Bonner Springs. Have a blessed night, folks.
From the gridiron to the hardcourt, the pitch to the mat, don't miss any of the action. We're there with live, local sports coverage at VarsitySportsLive.com.